think I'm on time again. I think I'm on time again. I just can't believe it sometimes. Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. What a club today. What a club today. So we've had our AGM today. It is the 2nd of November 2024. We've had the AGM and loads to go through. Just in case you couldn't make it, we had a couple of emissions today. Meeting number 21 of the year, Upton Village Hall. So in attendance myself, obviously. If you can hear loads of bangs, by the way, it's because people have got more money than sense. I mean, it's bonfire fireworky time now. Mr. Bridge in and should be joining me a little bit later on. Bob Darcy in, Lewis in, Ian Clement in, Trev in, Bill in, although I did get hold of Bill a little bit later on this afternoon and said, "Are you all right at club, mate? Because you looked a little bit out of sorts." He's on some no medication. Ange and Mark, happy birthday to Ange for last meet. And down at club we give free meetings when it's your birthday. So Ange and Mark, Jean and Rue, Paul Patton, Martin Radforth, Graham Sanderson, all the way over from Cleethorpes. Barry was in, Mr. Chris was in, Craigie Stints was in, made an appearance. Very, very nice to see our Craig. Alan, no, Dougie Tuck in, Andy White, Andy Hartup. Andy should be joining me shortly. Dale from Rye Hill and Leanne as a guest. So AGM, what on earth is that all about? Why do you need an AGM? Where's my camera? There you are. Well, we need an AGM so that we can sort of keep a tabs on what we've done, what we're doing, who's involved with the running of the club, where we are financially. Are we doing any shows? Are we doing any visits? Are we doing a savings club? Is the butty shop still okay? All that type of thing. Okay, all needs to be discussed, because although that you might think, well, running a club, piece of piss, just turn up, don't you? Most definitely not. There's 5 of the guys that work behind the scenes. We've just said thank you very much to Doug Tuck for putting 4 years in. Thanks a lot for that, DT. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And I will talk to you about that personally at presentation evening, which is in 3 weeks' time. So Doug is taking a rest to do a little bit of family stuff with the chuffing hell, to do a little bit of family stuff, and stepping into those massive shows is Andy Norfolk, which is a fantastic addition to the team. So 24 boys and girls in this morning, and we cracked on, like I said, with AGM. There's loads and loads to go through for the guys who couldn't make the meeting this morning, but I will just touch on the subjects. We've got bonus ball. Bonus ball in November is brilliant because it's £3 a ball, not £2. 59 numbers on your bonus ball sheet, £3 a piece. Total pot could potentially be 59 numbers times £3, £177. But in November, the winner takes every single penny. Normally, we do an 80-20% split, 80% to winner, 20% comes back to club. It keeps us ticking over. But in November, £3 a ball, winner takes all. So, one of the great things that we've got going off, as you probably know, in the next couple of weeks, I know that a lot of modelers are gearing up for Telford. Representing us this year is Andy and Jean. The rest of us, unfortunately, not going for his own particular reasons. And then the week after that, we've got competition, our annual competition. Modelers tend to sort of go around in their own mini sort of circles, if you will. So the guest judge that we've got in this year to come and judge the competition is coming all the way over from Bolton. It's a chap called Mr. Paul Wong. You might know him, you might not. If you're obviously from that neck of the woods, you'll know Paul. Absolutely fantastic character. So Paul's going to come all the way over to judge our competition. We've got loads of different classes that we can all enter into, and even I'm entering this year. So Jesus Christ. Okay, and then the week after, we've got our first presentation evening, which is happening at a local. It's not a pub; it's a hotel, luxury spa place type of thing. We've booked in there. There's 47 of us now that are going on that door. It's a 3-course silver service dinner. Everybody in, sitting down. Then we're doing a raffle, and then we're actually going to do the presenting of the trophies on that night when everybody's had a couple of whiskies, couple of shandies. Okay. Camera Club, where we meet in Upton Village Hall, there's a main hall, and at the side of that there's a little offset room. It's the library. Jesus Christ, that was close. There's a library, and in there Upton Camera Club team meet. So I called in last Wednesday and I said, look, you know, we're from area, we're meeting the same building. I know it's a big ask, but is there any chance that anybody would? Why is my camera gone off? Is there any chance that any of you guys would like the opportunity to come? I will have to keep my eye on that. Would like the opportunity to come and take some photos for your own portfolio, kind of thing, to say, you know, this is the quality that we can do at the presentation evening. And before we know it, we've got literally the entire camera club that are going to come. They're going to shoot the sort of not long lens, you know, not out at sea long lens, but they're going to shoot the long lens, candid shots of people generally chatting, having a bit of banter, having a drink, da-di-da, and they're going to show all the photographs all the way through the night for our presentation evening. What I shall do when I get all those photos back, obviously they will go onto my Facebook page, they'll go onto the club's Facebook page, but then what I will probably do is make a montage as well of all the snaps, just in case anybody wants to see me eating mashed tatty. On the night, and that is Friday the 22nd of November, once we've all met, we have dined, we have raffled, because we're having a raffle, round about 9 p.m. I am going to do a live stream, and one of my guests that I've got on this evening is going to run that live stream on my behalf, on club's behalf. So I'm going to take my my phone and put it in a stand, and I'm going to film the presentation evening. And what you will see on your screens as it's live is the actual presentation evening. And down in the bottom corner, where am I pointing? Down in the bottom corner, there will be my guest host who will be looking for your comments and chatting along, etc., and answering any kind of questions that you guys have got. Okay, answering any questions. So that's Camera Club, that's presentation evening. While I was chatting to the guys at presentation evening, this is how good it is to have clubs, not cliques, but clubs within communities. And I'm talking to them about the presentation evening, and they're saying, sounds fabulous, Mark. We can't wait to come and take those shots. We're also going to put a backdrop up inside the main entrance. And if any of the couples want to come and stand side by side, man and wife, and, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, all that sort of stuff, and have a professional photo taken. We'll also take our 4K inkjet, fully all singing, all dancing printer, and we'll take some photo mounts as well. We can print those off if anybody wants to buy one on the night. And it's like, your audience is absolutely fantastic. There's nobody parts with money quicker than people who've had a few shandies. So I says, yeah, that's brilliant. Which is great. Why are you having a presentation evening, may we ask? And I say, well, we're doing that because the week before we've got our competition. Okay. So what we're going to do? Why don't we come and cover your competition as well? And we'll take a professional photo booth. And we'll take all his lighting equipment and his fancy singing all, dancing cameras, etc., and we'll actually sort of do your presentation evening and your competition as a whole storyboard for you. And that's absolutely amazing. And how much do you want to do all that work? Because then are you just gonna give me the photos? No. That'll be our winter project. We're gonna take them away. We're gonna edit every single picture. We're gonna make sure that there's none come through to you where somebody's mid sneeze or dropped a pee. Do you know what I mean? They'll all be professionally edited on a memory stick. There you go. You can have it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's going to cost us an absolute bagging fortune. No charge. No charge, mate. Well, you know. Right, okay. So, but if we are going to give them some money, we're going to give them quite a handsome purse. But not because they have demanded it. It's because we feel that that's what the minimum that we can do. We've got to sort these lads out. Okay, so if that sounds absolutely cocking, aren't we the lucky club? Back to club. Done that. Mr. Stinson, who won the competition last year, has brought me the trophy back in this year. Salute you, sir. Thank you very much. Not been at club much this year, Craigie, but he's looking rather buff and he's doing all the keep fit shit. Okay, and he's bought a caravan, if I'm perfectly honest. Raffle, we've had some fantastic raffle prizes donated already. Okay, including, I'll show you. So this is the kind of raffle prize. This is one of the raffle prizes that we've had donated. Absolutely free of charge. We've had that donated. Is my camera back to front? I'm not really sure. Okay, but you can see that it's a DF-21 ballistic missile launcher from Trumpeter, 1 in 35 scale. That is one of the donations that we've had. We've also had, I think, one of my main guests tonight, he sent me a kit up as well. And then we get a shout out for, might need to write this down or Google it, Hobby Workshop in Barnsley. They're on Zenith Park. Google them, boys. It's Hobby Workshop or Model Workshop. It's a little uni, absolutely stocked to the brim, full of literally everything that you can possibly imagine for modelling. It's run by two superb lads, Andy and Jamie. Just brilliant. And Mr. Paul Patton has been over from club. He called in yesterday and said, we're doing this at club. Can we have any chance we can have a raffle prize? And they've donated a similar thing, absolutely enormous, superb, lot of money, and it's donated. Okay, so we're going to have some good raffle prizes. Bart Sharp, they've donated some airbrushes. Gary at Coastal Kits, he's going to send me some bases. If he remembers, I'll have to trigger him on for that one. James has donated, like I say. And then we've got loads of bottles of wine, boxes of chocolates, etc., etc. Big raffle coming, lots and lots of prizes, lots of money. Okay. So, chuffing on, running out of puff. Lots of ideas coming through for competition for next year as well. Because at the moment our competition year runs annually from November to November. So our club competition day this year is Saturday the 16th. So officially the start date for next year's competition is literally the day after. But we've had a slight change in rules there because there's some people like Davy Housecroft. Davy Housecroft building a huge, massive ship that you can't possibly do in a year. So, you know, I was saying to Dave, you're never going to be able to enter it. So actually, we've changed the format and we're having an open-ended plan, which is absolutely fantastic because, you know, if Dave's building a Yamato that's going to take him 5 years, then so be it. He will be able to enter it into a competition once it's finished. But what happens if somebody wants to enter something this year and enter the same thing next year because it did well? We're not like that. Okay, we're not like that. And if anybody wants to do that, then they face a little bit of that. Let's have another look. That's all cool. That's all cool. Lots of tutorials coming next year with airbrushing and weathering, 3D printing, all kinds of things, all from members. And then the last note that I took today was I need a new bottle of ketchup, because the ketchup bottle that we've got at the minute has gone green. Too much information. Sesco and Emsworth Model Club. That was today. Let me just say, do you know what? One of the worst things in the world is having this eyesight that's neither here nor there. Because I've got my glasses on and I can see my hand here, which is like 8 inches away from my face, crystal clear. But can I see my screen that's 2.5 foot away? Can I shit? So if I take them off, still can't. I sort of have to do a little bit of that. Okay. So before my guests come on, let's have a look. So Stuart's scale model says it's like, what's that say? What does that say? It's like what? Penamood here? I don't know what that means, Joe. Evening Gaffer, David Taylor says, hope you are well. I am, mate, because I've had a fantastic club. Rob says, evening all. Stuart says, not able to make it to Telford this year, but we'll be going up for Scale Model World 25 for sure. Okay, we still haven't decided. And he says, got a great kit which I won at Veteranus Auctions, Vesda 1 in 200 French frigate. What's that? Archeon, which, if you remember, featured in the film Master and Commander, and can't wait to build it. Oh, bless, look at this one. Charlie Andrews, my daughter. Hello, Dad. We're all sat watching with a kebab in Durham. That's absolutely brilliant. Charles, good evening to all you and all your friends. Hope everybody is doing well. So, without further ado, tonight's topic of conversation, it's a little bit, I'm ready for this one, I must admit, it's aftermarket. Because I've just done, well, I'm not just done, I'm in the middle of doing a Revel F4 Phantom, which you know about, okay. And I've been blessed with a couple of bits. So you might be familiar with, I'm going to have to hold it up. You might be familiar with this kind of leaflet, okay, which is from a company called Red Fox. And you might also be familiar with something like that, okay, and that is from a company called Kits World. Kits World 3D printed. So the topic of conversation, we were chatting about it other night, me and my guests, and another couple that's going to come on in a bit. And we were saying, is it necessary? What draws you to it? What about the price of it? What happens if the kit don't need it, etc., etc. So that's what we're going to chat about tonight. Another comment. Oh my God. Holly says, hello, Mark. It's Holly with Charlie. You girls absolutely crack me up. Mark, we're watching your video on the TV. Bless you very much. Okay, so without further ado, these guests that I've got on tonight, I've got my regular. I have got my regular, James. And the reason that I've got James is because James loves a bit of photo etch. Good evening, sir. And I've also got... Go on, mate. Are you there?
Oh.
Have we got lag, or are you there?
I'm there.
I'm there. And we've got Andrew. Now, when Andrew builds a kit, this is Andrew Hartup for everybody that's watching. And I was talking about Andrew last week when I said that the week before, when I said that he brought this little 1 in 600 scale sort of ship, frigate shipping. And I'm saying, you know, Andrew won't get out of bed unless there's photo etch involved. Is that right?
Depends on the subject.
Depends on the subject. Happy days. Right, so let's go with James. In fact, I'm going to start. Right, get you warmed up a little bit. So when I got this Revel 1 in 32 Phantom, they're letting chopping fireworks off here. It's a good job I'm not a dog. I'd have shit myself 50 times. When I got this kit, obviously it comes with all the decals, etc., etc. But when I looked into the 3D decaling sort of world with this Red Fox thing, James, turned out to be a little bit of a no-brainer. So the question is, and it's same as what I put on my topic, the question is, mate, is it absolutely necessary, right? Is it, or is it a complete and utter waste of money? 50 quid.
Yeah, sometimes it is, mate. Sometimes it is. I mean, if you're not savvy in painting, then it's an easy way out, isn't it? It is an easy way out.
I'm savvy in decaling.
Yeah, but you want to enhance your Phantom, don't you?
Is that what it's all about, then, enhancement? What do we constitute as aftermarket? What is aftermarket? Andrew, what's aftermarket?
Anything that's not included in the box.
Well, you paint your kits, don't you?
All right, anything other than paint and like glue and stuff. Anything other than normal materials and tools that isn't in the box.
Right.
Yeah, agree totally. Yeah.
How much do you guys buy aftermarket stuff, James? What's your aftermarket budget like?
Oh, if I see it, I want it, mate.
I see it, I bloody want it, mate. I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's it. This is for the Revel 219, the Yoo-hoo owl, which is a bloody good kit. But that's placards from Edward.
How much was
that? Offhand, I can't remember. Not only that, the wife's watching, so shh. No, I think they're about 20 quid.
$4.99, yeah, $4.99 for that one.
Yeah, $4.99 for that one as well.
Yeah, $4.99 for that one, yeah.
And then you've got aftermarket deco sheets.
I got that, $2.99 for that one, yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. And as you well know, I have the 124th Typhoon, which the bubble canopy. Unfortunately, the bubble canopy is split. So after hunting around all over the place, I finally got one which is 3D printed.
Oh, cool, right.
So I'm really happy with.
Expensive. They look very expensive, but
no,
were you in that place where they were giving them away for free that day?
No, that one was $14.99, mate.
$14.99, bloody hell.
Yeah, and it's good as well. It's clear. It's the part. That's all it needed.
Okay, Andrew, you've shown me some photo X today for a ship.
Oh yes.
Come on, let's have a look. James, got for some of this, mate.
Yeah,
that is all for one ship.
Yeah.
How many frets have you got there?
9.
And is it all brass?
Brass and 1 steel, because that's mostly drill guides.
Right. Okay. Bear with me a second. Why don't you just stick with the stuff that comes in the kit? What on earth makes you go out and spend more money on something that really should be included? What's the driver there?
It depends on the kit, because some of them, like this is for the Tamir Chikuma, which isn't that bad of a kit. But there's even at 350, if you can't get the detail in plastic that you can in metal, especially with like the railings and stuff. No.
James, agreed?
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
Why?
Totally.
What do you but we're doing loads more 3D printing and shit, aren't we? Why can't we get the same detail in plastic that we can get in metal?
Well, it's aftermarket, isn't it?
That's the most lame. That's the most lame argument I've ever heard, because it's aftermarket, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You've got to sell me. You've got to sell me aftermarket. Why do I need to buy aftermarket? All my videos say I'm out of box.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why do I have to buy your aftermarket?
Well, it's entirely up to you, isn't it? if you wanna kill a kit, and I mean kill a kit, then I mean, you know yourself, you've got your A6 tram. Now that cockpit is huge. So what are you doing about it? So you're going 3D printed.
I bought aftermarket.
Yeah, you bought aftermarket. Yeah. There you go. So why did you buy it?
Right, I'll tell you what. Right, listen to this. Right, okay. Can you see that?
There you go. Yeah, that's why.
So that is lid. I'm using Mac as an example because he's had a break from decals to do the decals to do the cockpit, and I do believe, right, if I'm not mistaken, that is out of the box. Right, got it?
Yeah, yeah.
What's it like? Looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but that's one of the. That's a Tamaya kit, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, F-35. Yeah,
nothing wrong with that, is there?
They're new. No, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Okay. Whoa! Have a minute here.
And there's
right
yours.
Now then. Yeah, just because it's mine. I mean, it could have been anybody's. Anybody could have posted it on. As it happens, yes, I've done it. I haven't done any work there, James. All I've done is stuck them down.
Yeah. Some people like that, though, Mark, don't they? You know? I mean, the less bother, the less hassle, and it's there. You just whack it together, give it a spray over, stick your placards on, stick your 3D printed instrument panels on. You can close it up, can't you?
Let's have a look here. Right, so let's make it big. Bear seat, obviously not painted those. Yellow bang handle, etc., etc. Who's adding to the stage here? It must be Mr. Bridge. And I've got, you can see that I've got the decals down on the side console, right?
Hello. Hi, Mark. Well,
how's that look?
Yeah, lovely.
And that is the Red Fox. Who's that? Who's joining the screen there? Marky Mark. That's the Red Fox set, right? And obviously I'm going to zoom in as much. That's as far as I can zoom in. And you can see there, even with Horizon, all the speed dials look absolutely fantastic, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
The reds and the yellows down this side, I did actually add a little touch of paint to them because they were white. And again, this is Red Fox. I got this from SGS Models in Leeds, from our Sean. I got this. I got the Kits World 3D printed seat belts. And I think I paid about 52 for both of them. Okay. But you have to look at that and go, that is sweet as.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? Was he gone? Well, is he chuffed off to?
I don't know.
Look at that.
Yeah, it is. It just sort of brings it all out, doesn't it?
Yeah, mate.
No, there is people that will paint that.
Yeah. I must admit, I was very disappointed with the Kits World. Yeah. With the Kits World seat enhancement kit thing. Really, really poor. James, there's no instruction. There's no... I've literally had to go onto Google, mate, and copy what I've seen as an example and tried to copy it best I can. But even that looks shit with leg straps. I mean, you know, this buckle here, when I look at it now in hindsight, I've got a buckle on that side. And that, you can see I've got a buckle on that side. Not good. Not good at all. Although my bang handle's what I'm painted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mate. I'm quite happy with that. So, so. Let's just have a look at comments here. Rob says, built the 30-second Phantom. Let's get it up for you, Rob, actually. Built the 30-second Phantom, used the Red Fox set, and put the pilots in. It looks great, but you can't really see how. Well, absolutely. Do you know what? I have got 2 pilots up on my sort of spares box up there. And I did contemplate in putting those in. But then I thought, why would I spend 45 quid enhancing seat and then cover it all up with a pilot? Wouldn't do it. And Dave says they look brilliant, but I could not justify paying that much money when I could buy a whole kit instead. And do you know what, David? That was my entire argument down at club today. When I was saying, why would anybody, because I'm the tightest mother ever, but for some bizarre reason, and especially on this kit, in fact, I don't know the reason why, James will agree. It all started because I've got the Trumpeter 1 in 32 tram, haven't I, James?
Yes, you have, yeah.
And I went out on a limb and I got the Quinter. I got the Quinter set. I got the Quinter set for that. But for me to have a practice, I said to Sean, SGS, have you got any upgrade cockpit set for this 1 in 32 Phantom? I have, mate. Yes, go on, throw it my way, which he did do. So the reason that I've got it in on the Phantom, which is what you can see there, is basically so that I could have a practice for the Quinter set, because I've heard, and the gentleman that's just joined us on screen, I've heard that the Quinter set is even better than the Red Fox set.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yes.
Evening, Paul.
Good evening, young man. Are you well?
Good evening. Yes, I'm well. I'm a little bit annoyed to be honest with the fireworks and stuff. But anyway, yeah.
Why? Fireworks.
Well, yeah, man. No beds, fireworks, hand in hand.
We know, mate. We know.
Anyway, I know.
I've got them going off here.
But yeah. You see, now I've experienced Quinter Studio. I've not experienced. Oh yeah, actually, tell a lie. I have actually experienced Red Fox. Yeah, right. It's great stuff. It's fantastic stuff. But myself personally, I'd rather pay the extra £5, £6, £7 to get the Quinter stuff, because I think it's easier to use.
Yeah, between the two, yeah.
It's easier to use. And it's a lot more comprehensive, I feel.
Why is it easier to use than Red Fox?
Well, it does act like a sticker. It literally comes off like a sticker. You put it in warm water. Yeah, you still put it down with PVA. It just seems so much more flexible and softer to use. And I'm like, my very first experience of Red Fox, it was more like plastic. It was like glass fiber, almost. But yeah, and again, value for money. You seem to get a lot more. It's a lot more comprehensive with Quinter. You tend to get like seat cushion, seat belts, and buckles and bang handles. Whereas Red Fox, it's just like it's literally just panels. It's just the instruments, the buttons.
Yeah, mate.
Whereas Quinter,
Rob says I use the PVA method, and to be honest, mate, that's exactly what I've done. All these that you can see here, that's all PVA down, is that? What do you think to that, Paul?
It's fantastic, mate. You know, you can't fault it, but Quinter just seems to be that extra mile. I mean, like, to be honest, now that's Kit's World seatbelts, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not rating them, mate. Not in the, no, because now, you know, do you know what? Listen,
Quinta have blown.
Go on.
Quinta have blown Kit's World seatbelts out the water, mate. To be fair.
Do you know what? You're right, and I suppose, do you know, I am going to say it in a lot of respects. When I tune into a YouTube video, if I were watching 5 blokes on a screen and I were building a kit, and you know, this bloke, oh no, I've tried this Kit's World thing. It's amazing how much influence 2, 3, 4, 5 guys can have on a YouTube channel. Because if anybody watching this said, oh, I've had my eye on that Kit's World decal set, Mark, what's your honest opinion of it? I said, you know what? It's absolute rubbish. It's completely and utterly rubbish.
You see,
when it comes in the pack, that's literally all you get. Well, you get that and another little sheet. In fact, I've got it here. You get another little sheet that says spares on it, right?
Yeah.
But you don't get no instruction. You don't get no... Put this A, B, C, then D.
Yeah,
don't get none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I had to go on Google and have a look, and I typed in Kit's World 3D printed 1:32 scale F4 Phantom toe, hoping that I was going to get some images coming on, Paul, that would show me, and even on YouTube, show me, you know, because that's what we want. Otherwise, you're at an absolute loss with that. Mate, no, bloody rubbish. And I've still got.
Yeah, no, you see, now I disagree, Mark, because back in the day, we didn't have none of that sort of stuff. So it was a revolution. I mean, like, I remember when I did, just going back to the Kit's World, Mark, I made mine up and went along. I thought, that looks cool.
Yeah.
You know, I had exactly the same kit. I had exactly the same set as you had, as you just used. And I just made it up as it went along, and it looked really, really good.
Yeah, but you've hit the nail on the head there. When you no. The argument is, right, that picture there, I did not have to make that up, mate, as I go along.
No, that's not Kit's World, though, is it? That's not Kit's World.
No, but that's my point. That's my point. If I'm going to pay £50 for a kit, and then I'm going to pay £50 to enhance it, you know, you would have thought that these manufacturers would have said, oh, so you've got to remember, right? somebody, these people that run these companies, they sat around a table. Which bonehead decides, are we going to put some instructions in this? Nah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, totally agree with you, Mark. You see, now, I've only ever experienced Kit's World once, which is exactly that set that you've had. And I've only experienced Red Fox once before. From the minute I set eyes on Quinta, I was like, that is the way, man.
Yeah.
And then, you see, everything else has followed on from Quinta. Everybody else is trying to get a piece of Quinta's pie.
Yeah, it's 3D.
And nobody can do it like Quinta do.
Really?
No, absolutely not. Red Fox. Yeah, it's all right, but I'll be looking for Quinta day in, day out.
Yeah.
Red Fox for me would be like, you know, Quinta's gold medal, Red Fox's silver medal, and Kit's World is just like, oh yeah, okay, thanks, that'll do for the kit.
Okay, can you see what I've thrown up there?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got it on the TV, yeah. But you get resin cast cockpits anyway, don't you? All ready to paint and go.
Yeah.
With
yeah,
what,
I'm just trying
James?
to see.
There's a few companies out there that do it, done there, in there, you know.
Mark,
Yo,
like do a search on Quinta Revel 32 Phantom.
Really?
Make it a bit more specific. Yeah, man, you'd be
all
surprised.
right, okay. Revel 132 Phantom. Let's just see if that brings anything up. Yeah, it has. Right, so let's have a look at this one. Let's visit the site and have a look. Okay, so Rob says, let's just go back to comments. Rob says I use PVA method, yes. And he says I do sometimes put a small wash on them to blend them in a little. I don't. And then John's, good evening, John. John says, good evening, models of the interwebs. Have a good one and model on. Rock on, son. Rock on. Let's share this tab instead and see if we can scroll down, see if we can make this any bigger, any better. What have we got here then? So look at that. I mean, that's the F4. That's the one that you were talking about.
Yeah.
But that looks actually a bit flat, that Paul.
No, I mean,
no, it's not.
No,
mate,
no, not flat.
No, absolutely not. See, like, see the way like you get all that mark on the bang handles and seat belts and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a pity, Mark, that the
and to be honest with you, you probably pay an extra, possibly £10-15 for Quintet over Red Box and your Kits World.
Do you know what? I'm going to blag you here. Can you see that seat cushion there that says, what's it say? Lift here.
Lift here, yeah.
When you go onto Google and you type in, and this is what actually got me, and now that I've looked at that, when you type in Kits World 3D printed 1 in 32 scale F4 Phantom British Martin Baker ejector seat, blah blah blah, the only image that comes up. Type it in for me, James. The image that comes up.
I can't type it up, mate.
It's actually got that seat cushion on it, Jim.
Really?
Yeah. Are you doing a bit of Tinterweb searching?
No, I'm not. No, I'm just looking at the TV screen, mate.
Well, that's what threw me, because I saw that and I thought, whoa, that looks sick as fuck. That looks amazing. Turns out it's not even in that kit.
No.
That's another thing with Quinton as well, Mark.
Yeah.
They'll do like a basic set and they'll do a phenomenal set.
Really?
Man. You got to decide on what set you want. Well, if that set that you're looking at, the set I've got up now, right, is 50 quid, mate.
Do you not think that's a little bit like what?
It is. It's a little bit like what the actual, swear word deleted and all that, like, kind of shit. Like, what the fuck are you playing at? 50. But then again, saying that's not actually from Quinta. This is from eBay site.
Yeah.
And it is phenomenal, fair enough. It's phenomenal. It's £50.40 plus £6.67 postage from a guy on eBay. Shop around, you might get it for £45, which again is still a lot of bloody money in it.
Yeah, because
us as aircraft builders have got it really easy when it comes to aftermarket and price.
Andy Arto.
Yes.
We've got a boat builder on. Fantastic.
Let's get a boat builder on. Right. We have discussed in the last month about wooden decking. Yes?
Yes.
And now you're showing me brass. I'm not a big brass fan because of that super glue spunking thing no matter how good I think I am, And I've seen them YouTubers that have got like a little bit of sort of bent
Yes,
wire
Andrew. Come on, Andrew.
You know, and the significance on photo etch, I'm not a big fan. Can we get, you know, like we've just shown the 3D raised detail shit that you have for aircraft. Have you guys got anything that's vaguely similar for your ships?
You can get resin cast bits. So for the this is the box for all the bits for the Jakuma.
Yeah.
So you can get, if I can get one out of the box.
He's going to pull out all ailerons or all icons now and everything. And
there, they are 350 scale ammo boxes that live on the deck.
Right.
Fantastic.
Look at Paul getting it.
You get stuff like these, which are part of the searchlights.
Just put your hand behind it like that, Andy. That's it, mate. They're part of searchlights.
I think.
Andy, show some anti-aircraft companies if you've got them. Ailerons, oilercons.
James, you had a load of photo etched to most of your models as well, don't you? Like with your ships and shit.
Well, most of the stuff comes with the kit itself. So, yeah. I mean, so you can go over the top as well if you wanted to.
Andy, go on.
I doubt the camera will pick them up.
Get right close in, dude.
That's barrels for like ailerons.
They are 25mm barrels in 350th scale. And there's 12 of them in that bag. There's 12 of them in that bag.
Yeah.
What scale is that Yamato that Dave House is doing?
200.
200.
So
Yeah,
your 350, your 350 in our language is like a 1 in 72, and your 200 scale is like a 1 in 32. So it's a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably closer to 48, Mark. 172 and 148.
Okay. And but as far as cost is concerned, Andy.
Yes.
You know, what sort of, on a serious note, I know we've pillocks on with James because their lass is watching, but James, I can tell you, mate, what you spend on aftermarket stuff of it cost her a month, she can blow that at Boots the Chemist on make-up and slap in an hour. So, do you know what I
mean? Hey, I'd hazard a guess it's a bit more than that.
She doesn't wear makeup, mate.
I would hazard a guess that Mark's going to walk in behind James's shoulder and start getting it all out on the screen.
No, she's all right. Yeah, she doesn't spend that on makeup, mate, because she doesn't need it.
Bless her, no, because she's naturally beautiful. Andrew, what else have you got there? You've got all sorts on your bench.
Yeah, man, we need to talk more battleships, man.
Yeah. Come on, that's why we've got you on.
Well, going back to the whole cost thing, the kit for the Jakuma itself is around between, I got it for 90, it's between 110 and 120.
Yeah.
All this brass and the barrels and stuff was 130 quid.
What manufacturer kit? Hang on, what manufacturer kit is it, Andrew?
Tamiya.
Right, so let's get in here. Tamiya, and what spell the one in what? One in 350.
Didn't even know that existed.
What's the name?
It came out about 10 years ago.
I'm going to search it up, mate.
Jakuma. Chikuma.
IK. Oh, there, look, Jakuma. It's auto-filled. Thank you, Google. Love you. Right. Let's have a look here. Visit. And you said about what about price?
The kit's about 110, I think. These days.
Can't be that much.
Bear with me a second. Present. Let me share my screen because Jesus Christ above. share. That don't look like what on earth is that all about?
Yeah, that's not right.
Is that not right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Nah, don't go with me. Amazon's got something really bad going on with Amazon.
Amazon's
Really
mad.
Yeah,
right,
that's the price for the
bad,
200 scale stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to find. Get all these.
Andrew, that seems awfully expensive though for that Chikuma, £130. I mean,
it's a very, very good kit. It's a lot better than their earlier stuff.
Would you say, okay, yeah? Because I've got Tirpitz and Bismarck, and I think I paid about 70, 80 quid maybe.
Yeah,
the
older stuff like the Tirpitz and the Bismarck from the 80s is about between 60 and 80, depending on which shop you go to.
Right,
but
yeah.
That was like 90. This, which is the 350 i400 they did, is 50 quid.
Right, okay, yeah. Because I do love battleship stuff, man. I love it, man. I'm glad we've got a battleship builder in the group.
Well, she's a heavy cruiser, but yeah.
Well, a warship builder then.
Yeah, warships. Yeah.
Warships. See, now I'll be happy with that.
That's a 1 in 350. Andy, how big is that? How many inches long is that?
Sure, Andrew.
It's in the box somewhere. I think
600 mil.
Basically, I should know when we tape measures.
It's about 18, isn't it? 18 inches.
It's 560 mil.
Hey, I want far off. That's not bad. That's not a bad guess. I sounded like Guy Martin then. That wasn't far off, lad. I told you. Right. Okay. I've got you.
So, Andrew, have you got everything that you require for that kit? Are you happy with everything you've got for that kit?
Other than instructions that are actually really good, yes. I can't. There's not that much aftermarket for this kit. Other than this one, which is the very fire one, there's only really brass bowels and some stuff for the aircraft, because this entire section is just for aircraft. All the guns are forward.
So, I guess my point about like chatting about aftermarket is, how far do you want to go with it? How much is the aftermarket going to cost you? Is it easy to get hold of? And that's the main point. Aftermarket is not always easy to get hold of, and it's always expensive, regardless of what model, Andrew. Regardless of
it's always expensive.
Battleship, plane, tank. You want aftermarket tractor for a tank. You'd always seem to struggle to get stuff.
Well,
I do anyway.
Yeah, this aftermarket kit came from China via eBay, because it's the only place I could buy it at the time. But if I was to buy it again, I probably would, because there's a sister ship to this. And if I buy the sister ship, she's not getting all of this, because I'm not doing all of this again. Because, when I've got 9 sheets of stuff like that.
No. See now,
mate.
Yeah, but then it's a
one-off build, I would perfectly buy that again to have that aftermarket again. I like a challenge, mate.
I do like a challenge, yeah.
Bridge, down at club today, we said, right, as far as aftermarket is concerned, we have to buy aftermarket depending on what the actual quality of the original kit is. Is that right?
Yeah.
and I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me, Mark? I don't know if you can hear me. He keeps dropping in and out. We said today that obviously, you know, with something like a Zokimura kit or a Tamiya kit, should you really be needing to put an extra 50, 100 quid's worth of aftermarket stuff into it? Whereas with a Revel 132 Phantom that's that old on its mould, you can understand that if you want to bring it up to a half decent scale, that you'd have to do that. Yeah. But you shouldn't really have to do it on a relatively new kit. What do you think to that, Paul?
Well, you see, you hit the nail on the head, Mark, because I mean,
but the connection is
before when I discovered like micro sol and micro theft, putting like an instrument panel sticker over an instrument panel piece of plastic with sticker solutions like micro sol and micro theft, it was like, wow, that's amazing. You know, that really done it. And then all of a sudden Quinta showed up. It was like, wow, what the bloody hell is this? And it was like, I was hooked. So yeah, I agree with you. Depending on the kit and the quality of the kit, would you want it? Myself personally, as good as Tamiya is, I think it deserves it. I think it deserves that extra.
It hasn't got feelings.
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. No, it hasn't got feelings. It doesn't deserve anything. What we deserve,
it deserves it because it's fantastic modeling. It's, you know,
what we deserve as modelers, right? You're giving manufacturers too much rope. You sort of, I'm saying, if you go somewhere and buy a fishing rod, right? You don't get aftermarket with fishing rod. You get that's what it says on the tin.
But you can't make that analogy. You can't make that same analogy, Mark. I mean,
but it's a hobby. I'm talking about a hobby.
It doesn't work like that. I mean, although saying that, yeah. When it comes to fishing, I'm a tackle half. I have to make sure my reels match my rods. You know, I have to make I've got all the same luggage and stuff. So yeah, but with regards to like aftermarket, the first thing I do if I'm looking at a kit if I'm looking at a kit to buy, especially aircraft, if I'm looking at buying an aircraft model, the first thing I will be looking at is instrument panels and what Quinta is available for it. That's the first thing I'll be looking for.
Put your comments on. We've had some hellos and we've had some good evenings. Right, there's 5 of us now chewing fat of a whether Quinta, Red Fox, Kits World, aftermarket, brass, resin, brassing, whether it's worth it. We've got Rob on chat, John Stone.
Can I just interject? I want to make Andrew my new best friend. We love a battleship, man. We love a battleship, man.
We do.
Listen, he's trying to get me to buying a chopping battleship. We've got these guys on chat, right? What's Rob saying down here? Let's get Rob's comments on. Rob says, Quinta is great. However, I build 30-second kits and they can get really expensive on top of a SA, a Tamiya Phantom, etc. Absolutely agree.
Yeah, Paul, I totally agree.
A question for you all, right? And again, I asked it Mark Bridge at Club today. Aftermarket, who are you buying it for? Who are you trying to satisfy? Are you trying to satisfy yourself? Or are you trying to satisfy somebody that you're going to take it to the club or show your mates? So, who are you trying to satisfy here?
You're satisfying yourself.
Firstly, me. But if I've got friends and family that show up and they go, wow, look at that. I can go, yeah, I built that. I didn't. Quinta built it for me, like, but no, I put every single individual dial in, and just blank the heads and shit.
When I put my pictures, sorry, James, when I put my pictures up on club Facebook page saying my original picture was up to say I've just rubbed all this detail off, I've sanded it all off. Can you remember the post? Let's hope it's going to be worth it. And it is worth it. But do you know what the funny thing is? When you post on your finished thing, and you say, ta-da, there you go, and people put on great work, well done, and I think, well done for what? Going like that? It's on. It's not my great work, is it? It's the work of a factory somewhere, because they're not doing it back bedroom, as somebody that's creating this. All I had to do was stick it down. That's the difference. When I say, "Oh, are you trying to satisfy?" Is oh, are you trying to satisfy? Oh, I've got to justify to this and this. That 50 quid's worth of aftermarket. What the fucking hell am I trying to do?
Can I interject? Now, we did have a conversation at the beginning of the year, which was your pinnacle kit for the year.
Yes.
Now, your actual words were Quinta Studios is going in there.
Really?
And that because it's your build. It's your build. That is what you want to do. You want to enhance that cockpit.
Would you put Quinta Studios in a 1 in 72 Mark 1 Spitfire from Airfix?
No, I wouldn't.
I don't. Quinta wouldn't stoop so low.
No, I wouldn't do that, Mark. Pure and simple, because you ain't gonna see it, mate. 32nd, 48th. You're hitting a scale that is a very popular scale, 48th. But 32nd, it's got to go in. It has got to go in.
Can I just interject as well? Also along the same lines, like, I think when you it's like a drug. When you've experienced Quinta for the first time, I'm like, let's face it, Mark, you want to do it all the time. Now you just done your first Phantom with 3D instrument panels, haven't you? Is it cool? Does it look absolutely fantastic?
Yeah, it does.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah, because of all the goddamn work I've put in.
But you haven't, though, have you?
Rubbing the extra detail
all
off.
that detail off.
Yeah, you sanded all the detail off and you glued a sticker back on.
Yeah, and it saves painting.
You paid a lot of money for it, though.
I paid an absolute fortune for it. Andrew Hartup.
Yes.
Yes.
You see, now the problem with boats and ships is it's ridiculously expensive for aftermarket.
It does depend, because say for this I-400 sub, Tamiya do their own upgrade kit for it, because Tamiya have a habit of doing that, and that's like, I don't even know if
that's all you get.
Yeah.
That's just Tamiya's stuff.
Yeah,
and it comes with, don't know if they're brass torpedoes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What? Look, I can't even get my goddamn mother fucking words out. Brass torpedo? Why? Why? Why?
Because Tamiya and like doing weird things.
Right, David Taylor says, I've got a question for you, Andy, care of one of our guests this evening, the viewer. David Taylor says, so if I bought a battleship, how would Photo Etch enhance it? Andy and Paul over.
Well, you get handrails, you get ladders, you get stairways, you get more accurate windows and portholes and anchors and chains.
Yeah, brass barrels are so much nicer than the plastic ones, especially if it's an older Tamiya kit.
Yeah,
Andrew, would you agree that like the handrails is the important thing is handrails on back tips, isn't it? Your handrails and light rails and stuff. Because I remember the very first time I got into modelling after having a break, and we ended up at Chester Model Shop, and I seen Bismarck, Tamiya's Bismarck, the first time. I went, oh my God, that looks amazing. And then about a week or two later, I found out, oh my God, you can get handrails for them. That was it. I was hooked. Mm-hmm. That was it. I was like, instantly, I was like, okay, I'm buying Bismarck, and I want handrails. I want what's this handrail thing? What's this about? And then you find out about like aftermarket for battleships. It's, oh my God, you can get wooden decks, you can get this, that, and the other, and this. And you're down the rabbit hole. Then
you get down a rabbit hole very quickly with stuff for ships. Yeah, because there's so much you can get. You can get full metal screws, full metal barrels, wooden
wooden decks, mate.
Wooden decks, which have got the individual planks lasered in and stuff.
Look at you getting all giddy over wooden decks. Is that like me getting all giddy over a resin seat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Right, let's have a look here. Paul, Bismarck. You talk about Bismarck all the goddamn time.
Tape, it's more like, but yeah.
What have I just accepted there? Right. Let's have a look.
See, that just looks.
Can you see what's? Is there any photo etch on there?
No. No, that's like.
Does that look like
really basic?
That's just the stock kit.
That's just out the box, is that?
Really? How can you tell? Why hasn't that ship got a handrail going round it? How people can fall off the side there?
Yeah. It with the handrails though, it's not really worth it on anything smaller than a 350th scale.
Yeah, see, Mark, go back to that gun there. Go back.
Where?
Up. Whoa. Stop. Whoa. See this? I'm trying to like point to the same screen that you've got. Now see the end of that crane. See that little gun at the end of the crane. That's
yeah. I'm gonna put it smack in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, there. Right on your trigger there. Right, that gun. You want to see them in 350 scale, mate. Now,
why?
Well, because they are absolutely phenomenal. Because in your standard Tamiya kit, they're dreadful. In your photo etch, they're good. Nowadays, with 3D printing, they are absolutely phenomenal.
Right. Okay.
Do you agree, Andrew?
Yes.
So if David's asking a question, so if I bought a battleship, how would photo etch enhance it? Your synopsis answer, your short answer would be what?
It'd look more realistic.
Everything is that little bit finer. Everything is that little bit better. It just brings the whole ship together. If you have, like when I showed the 25mm barrels earlier, you cannot do that in plastic at the correct scale. So they're a lot thicker in the kit. If you then scale that up to a full ship, they're going to be bloody massive and not 25. Even now, even 3D printing can't do some of the fineness that you can get in the brass on the barrels.
Yeah.
Right. Let's all say good evening to Marky Mark. Mark, can you hear me? Right, I'm gonna drop you if you start messing.
I can hear you.
Thank you. Right. So, Mark, we were talking today at club about photo etch because I've done this Phantom, as you know, and you've asked me the question. You've said how much was it, and basically, is it worth it? Where do you stand on aftermarket? Let's get Bridges' perspective on it.
I have to say that the only kit that I have specifically brought an aftermarket set for, with PE mainly, was the Atelieri 132nd Tornado. If people don't know, I'm a beneficiary for Models for Heroes. I was awarded a grant of up to £300, 300 or 200. I think it was 250. And I ordered the kit, as I say, the RAF GR4, the Big Ed set from Edward, and a paint set from Hitaka. And yeah, I was impressed with it because for the majority of the photo etch was for the inside of the undercarriage bays, the nose wheel and the main wheel bays, which normally on a normal kit, just no detail whatsoever. A couple of ribs and spars, but
that Atelieri kit was brand new. It was absolutely state of the art. Why did you feel that you had to enhance it with a 90 quid Big Ed set?
Because I wanted to push myself.
Okay. Right. Look,
I wanted to try and expand my dealings because the only dealings I had with photo etch stuff was stuff that had come with kit.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my display cabinet now. The first one that I did that had any photo etch was the Kitty Hawk F-35B. And fair dues, the only bits of photo etch for that were the grid covers for the fans, the jet nozzle, and the access ladder.
Yeah. Better. Has Paul disappeared? Is he still there? Let me get him on. He's disappeared for 5. Okay, no drama. Right. Why have I lost you now, Mark? He's here. Look. Paul.
Hello.
What? Where have you been? What you got? Battleship.
Tirpitz.
Right.
I'm glad he's got the pictures because if there's words or writing with it, he won't be able to understand that.
There is words and writing, Mark.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Get your glasses on, man.
Look at Rob's comment. Rob's put myself, right, to do the best model I can. So again, that's like a counter argument. But best model that you can. What? So what we're saying is then, it's all down to budget. Yes, no?
Yes.
Paul, you don't get out of bed unless there's photo etch involved and brassing and 3D printed this, that, and t'other.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. Well, it depends on the kit, Mark, and the subject.
Yeah, but we've had conversations in past where you'll say, "Oh, I've seen this kit, blah blah blah," but I can't buy it because I need to get the detail set for it, and you won't.
Yeah. Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Bernadetto says
because I want them instrument panels for the subject that I'm looking at. I want them instrument panels because I've experienced Quintet, and it's like I ain't going fucking back unless I have to.
Bernadetto says I'm working on a what if King George V, right? So bear with me. I'm just going to drop Andrew back in here. I'm working on a what if King George V for Telford, which is this coming weekend, and that has loads of aftermarket wooden deck, Tomahawk missiles.
Okay.
Oh, look at that, Paul! Phalanx, harpoon missiles, sea dart missiles,
King George, that's a little bit. See now I wouldn't enjoy that because it's a what if.
Why? Oh, because it's a what if.
It's that. What he's doing is
Go on, Andy. Go on.
What Benedetto is basically doing. Yeah, is what the Americans did to the Iowas. I.e., well, when the Americans bought the Iowas back in the 60s and the 80s, they added cruise missiles to them.
Yeah.
They basically put phalanx on and modernized and made them up to not just a World War II battleship that's sat mothballed for ages because it's useless and stuff.
Yeah.
That is basically what he's doing to the King George V, which we scrapped pretty quickly after World War II because we realised aircraft carriers are the way forward, and with missile technology, slug throwers are kind of obsolete.
Nobody has destroyers anymore, do they? You know, or rather battleships. They have destroyers and stuff, but battleships are long after warfare.
There is no battleship in service. There's very few cruisers, and the cruisers that are in service are missile cruisers, not slug throwers. It's the missile.
It is all about the aircraft carrier, isn't it?
Yeah, the main advantage that slug throwers have is the ammunition is hell of a lot cheaper than it is for missile cruisers.
Yeah.
Because whereas you might look at, say, $1,000 for a round, say, out of a Chikuma, you're looking at minimum of like 10 million per missile, and it's just that's the only slug thrower's advantage these days, which is why they're not around anymore.
Yeah, you got
a question from David. Question from David. So previously he said, so if I bought a battleship, how would photo etch enhance it? We've had a chat about that. Andrew, Paul, and James, and Mark, all of you, when you buy photo etch, do you need different tools, paints, glues to add them to a model? Discuss.
No. I mean, most of your paints are there anyway, aren't they?
The only thing you'd probably need you'd probably need to buy is a different blade for your craft knife, one that's like a chisel blade, so you can get a cleaner cut.
Yeah.
And you just need a different glue.
Yeah. Hang on, Paul. Hang on. Let's just make you big. What you got there?
Oh, scissors.
Down a bit. Yeah. Scissors?
Yeah.
For cutting brass?
Yeah. Specifically for cutting brass, Mark.
Right, okay.
Specifically. But the biggest thing you need, if you're dealing with, if you buy a model kit and it's got more than 3 sheets of photo etch in it, you need to be thinking about a tool.
Obviously, what we're trying to do here is David's, we've got to sort of pretend, if you will, that I've never used photo etch. I've asked the question, if I buy this, if I buy a battleship, I've always fancied one, you know, and you guys are talking about photo etch, you're neither convincing me to or convincing me not to buy all this aftermarket. We've got to, well, I am, because I don't care a monkey's fuck. You've got to convince David why he's got to buy it. Why is it worth it? You've tried to convince him that it's worth it because the gun in that scale, blow it up, will be massive.
It'll enhance the experience. If you're gonna go, if you want to build a battleship and you want to have a good experience of it, the tools that we recommend, me and Andrew recommend, would really help.
What's that you've got in your hand?
That's a photo etch bender.
Right, show us it then, so that David can have a look. And what do you do with that?
I'd say, for instance, you get your photo etch. Well, it's difficult to do on camera now, but there's plenty of videos now. But you basically get your photo etch part and you clamp it in. You clamp it into place.
Yeah.
And you can It's got multiple slots.
Yeah.
And you can like bend stuff to certain degrees and this, that, and the other. And, you know, I mean, I've tried some, yeah.
Andrew. Oh, hang on, go back to Paul. Go on then. What you got? Where are you? Down a bit. Yeah, right.
That's all photo etch. That there is 2 pieces of photo etch. That's 2 pieces of photo etch. All bent to the right shape, and I've missed a bit of primer off, but that's a bit of glue tack, like. But and I wouldn't have been able to do it. Well, I probably could have, but that really helped.
Yeah, but it's easier.
Makes it easier, yeah.
It's easier with that.
Yeah, certainly, Mark. Yeah.
Back to you. You've got 5 million sheets of photo etch there.
Yes.
Question, and again, it's on behalf of people like Dave Taylor. What we gluing it with? Are we super glue? Tamiya extra thin? What's going off?
Just super glue.
Yeah, just super glue.
Just super glue.
Just super glue.
James,
again,
you're trying to jump in here.
Yeah,
James,
I'm a super glue as well, but you can solder it as well.
Yeah, soldering, that's the route I want to go down, if it's big and massive. Andrew, can I just interject with Andrew there?
Yeah.
Have you not considered VMS super glue?
VMS super glue.
It seems to be the go-to super glue for photo etch at the moment, because you've got just that little bit of extra time to work with it. It's a little bit more controllable.
You can get
how much did we find out it was selling for? About 18 quid a bottle?
No, it was about £8 a bottle, man. It'd be silly.
With different types of super glues, it all does vary on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because the one I use, which is just the plain old green Zap, is perfectly fine for what I do at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those where I've not really looked into other super glues properly recently. Well, at least not for the last 5 years.
I'm going back to David's question about paints as well.
Yes, please.
Photo etch really needs to be treated before you paint it, really. In an ideal situation, you'd spray it with a...
Treated with what?
Just a primer.
Photo etch paint. Photo etch primer.
Right, so now we're talking. So David's asking the questions. Do I need different tools, paints, and glues to add them to the model?
It depends on what primer you use. So if you use the Tamiya one out of a rattle can, that is perfectly fine on photo etch.
Is that good, actually, Andrew? Well, there you go. That's lightened me up. That's...
Yeah, but
I'll agree with that.
If I can find one.
In the past, I've used Halford's etch primer.
If you look at the Tamiya one, it does say for plastic and metal. And it does work. I've used it on the stuff for the i400, and it's gone perfectly fine. But you can also get, if I don't knock everything over, etching primer.
Yeah.
Which will chemically bond to it. But this stuff, if you leave it in your airbrush, will eat through your airbrush.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't use.
With regard to David's question, it would help to have the extra bit of stuff. It would help. You don't need it, I don't think, but it would help.
It does need super glue though, Paul, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah,
super glue and
super glue for photo etch, definitely.
Yeah, and try not to physically manhandle it a lot, because you will just leave your oils on it, and then you will have to clean it before you paint it.
Okay. The subject was meant to be about aftermarket. We've gone down the battleship route, which I'm quite enjoying. I love battleships.
It's all right. I'm just trying to find somebody who I subscribe to for Davey, because I can't quite remember his name. I'm just trying to find this guy on my second screen, because I want you to, when we're talking about aftermarket, we're also looking at a little bit of scratch.
Yeah.
Possibly. And I want to recommend this guy. I'm just trying to find him. If you want to make a note of it, look on YouTube for a guy called capital A, letter A4, number 4, Garage. A4 Garage.
Oh yeah. Seen him, Mark. Yeah.
I want you to have a look, right? If you're watching my stream now, just type it in my phone or check it in my notes or a piece of paper, whatever. A4 Garage. I want you to have a look for it. Okay, and watch one of his videos. Rob says it may enhance the experience or will frustrate the hell out of you. Personally, but the place where I sit, right, because me, James, and Paul, we have a little Facebook chat group, and we talk most nights, unless James is in his caravan. We talk most nights, right? Shitting in a cupboard, and we absolutely rip the piss out of James because he'll be on. All right, Jim, evening, mate. He'll go, fucking photo etch, bastard, proper kicking off. So Rob is quite right. It may enhance the experience. There's no doubt about it. It'll frustrate the hell out of you. Why? It should be. You're enhancing your model, so it should be an enhanced experience on using it. Why is it not?
Well, because like you can ping stuff and it'll disappear and it won't glue properly and it's.
Oh, you end up sticking it to you. You end up with it stuck to your fucking fingers.
It ends up on the end of your nose or on your eyelash or something like that, you know.
Mark Bridge, why is photo etch? Because there's two avenues of aftermarket here. We're talking about photo etch, and we're talking about things like Red Fox and Quinta. Why is photo etch so frustrating?
It's frustrating because if you're not used to it.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Would you say it's frustrating, Mark? It's unnecessary at times. It's certainly unnecessary at times. I mean, I've got pieces there. I mean, you know,
it's the only way I can describe it. It's like if you've done, for example, a highly detailed kit. Say, for example, you're doing the HK 132nd Lancaster B17, whatever. You'd go to all that detail, all that effort inside the fuselage, the bomb bays, the various compartments, radio operator, bombardier, gunners, and then you button it all up and close the fuselage, and you can't see it, but you know it's there.
But you know it's there, and you know you've done it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Exactly. And the satisfaction you can get out of doing something like that and knowing that you've done it, you know, it enhances it increases your experience.
Paul, what you got there?
So this is me Hobby Boss tank transporter, which obviously I'm on with now. Like with regards to photo etch, it's hard to. You're never ever going to see it on camera, but there's a piece of photo etch there, right there, right where my fingernail is. You can't see it. I'm not filming it. Stuff.
This is where he goes. It's that piece there, presses it, and it pings off.
There's a piece of photomex there, right? And it's bent in like a square U. It's got like a plane like that, then it's a 90 degree, then it's a 90 degree, and then it's a 90 degree, and then it's a 90 degree. So it's sort of like a weird U shape, and it's about that big. It's about that big. Not that big, it's that big.
Yeah.
And it's in there just to hold a mud guard on. But I've managed it. How the hell I managed it, I don't know. Concentration, just the will to actually do it.
Yeah, but how did you feel knowing that you've managed to do it and put it on?
I'm really happy, to be honest with you, Mark, because it's still there. It's been on the kit for months.
There's your answer.
No doubt, as soon as I go to hang the mud guard on it, it'll fall off.
No, but knowing that you've done it and you've succeeded in it and painted it and managed to fold it correctly and assemble it and glue it on.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the point. That's how it should be.
That's it. I like the challenge of aftermarket, especially when it comes to PE. Like that there, I'm like, I've had a couple of accidents with this kit, and I've had to improvise. But that there, just that little bit of frame.
That
was a challenge.
I'm just going to show you something. I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to share something with you guys for 2 minutes. Rob, you're quite right. And all the faffing about. I'm just going to show you something literally for 5 minutes, even though it's a 20-minute video. When we're talking about, the different kinds of models that we've got, my glow is a Tuber Super Glow, a Tamiya Extra Thin, and a Tamiya Regular, right? But you can see from the thumbnail there, let's just have a play. Will it play? Right, and just watch. Look at this. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and look at the applicator there. And we're just going to have 5 minutes. That's the stick I'm on about.
Make the Mars and
mine's done on end of a cocktail stick. I must admit, I do need something different.
There's mine, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
You do it with a sewing needle, cut the end off a sewing needle. We actually pass the cotton tape now.
And the different types of glow, there's no sound on these videos, by the way. The different kinds of glows that he uses per model is just unbelievable. I'd be like, pass me a bottle of Tamiya Extra Thin.
Yeah, that's generally right, yeah. But there's a time and a place, and that's what he's demonstrating. There's a time and a place for particular glues.
I mean, well, this guy's just
every glue has its place in the model.
It's just unbelievable, anyway. I mean,
and at the end of the day, as well, Mark, he's just a car builder as well, and which is sort of like it's a specialist sort of job in itself. It's like battleships. People build just not battleships. This is the aircraft. No offense, Andy.
This is the guy that I'm talking about. Is A4 Garage. Let me just get rid of that. No, thanks. No, I don't want that. Yeah, there, look. A4 Garage. And you can see I'm subscribed to him. Now, even though I don't build cars, sometimes when I'm feeling a bit, can't be asked, I'll go into house, especially on a Friday night or a Saturday night, and I'll put this guy on, even though I've watched his videos countless times over and over again, just to get that inspiration, if you will, just to give me that little bit of a pep to go, I'm feeling it now. Now I can. The only problem with that, Paul, as daft as it sounds, is when I come in and then I'll see a video like this, and then I look over my shoulder and I think, I've only got Tamiya Extra Thin. Do you know what I mean? It's And he uses different glues, different putties.
Yeah, but you see, at the end of the day, he's not really explaining why he uses them, though, is he? It's sort of like leaving it to figure out for yourself why he's using these particular glues, because you know I've got 3 super glues made, really wet, medium, and really thick. So I know when and how to use them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with
that's all the learning.
Same with your Tamiya's, Mark. Same with your Tamiya's. That's the only Tamiya's I use now.
I think we're going on
That's
to
the
an
only
advert.
Tamiya's I use now is your quick set. I barely go near this stuff anymore.
What, your
I
Tamiya?
barely use that at all.
I found a new glue which I don't know if anybody else uses, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper than TEP, and you get twice the amount.
What is it, Mark?
It's called EMA Plastic Weld.
EMA Plastic Weld.
Apparently,
see, by looks of
industrial.
it, it's using like a BPA there.
It's a
Why
chemical
has he
cement.
got a slit in his cone? Do you have a slit in his cone?
I don't know. He turned them the carburetor nozzles, them, aren't they?
Yeah. Intakes.
Yeah, he turned those. He turned them by hand. Scratch building. A4 Garage. That's the guy that I'm going to recommend. Right. So I can stop that now. Let me just pause that. So David's question. Let me just have a look. So what do you need? Do you need different tools, paints, glues to add them to a model? David, I've got cramp in my wrist. David, yes,
I'm going to say yes to a degree.
Yeah, you do. Have we got a list of 3, 4, 5 things that he needs? He needs a photo etch bender. How much are they? 15 quid?
No. You can scratch that. A good set of tweezers.
Yeah, a good set of strong tweezers is sometimes all you need.
Strong tweezers.
The strong tweezers and the steel rule, I'd say. If you got something to bend and you've got a straight edge to bend against.
Yeah.
Okay, so a good set of strong tweezers or a photo etch bender. You need some super glue. Does it matter which super glue? Are we looking at Gorilla Glue or what?
Not really.
Not really.
No. Just plain old medium super glue.
Yeah. That's what I've got, Zappa.
So by the looks of it, he would need some kind of applicator for that super glue. Is that the best route? We're trying to teach Dave the best way to do this.
Mark.
Cocktail stick.
No.
James.
One of them.
Yeah, cocktail stick or a pin.
Yeah.
Can you see?
And the biggest.
What is it?
A spray needle. An old spray needle.
Yeah. Totally agree.
They're perfect for it.
Okay.
Because all you do once it gets with a cocktail stick, obviously after a while it'll all clog up at the end, so you throw the cocktail stick away. That there, hit it with a lighter, burns it off. That's it. Ready to go again. Perfect.
Another good
good. Do you see?
Another good little homemade tool. A good little homemade tool is a sewing needle.
Yeah.
That's just a sewing needle with the end cut off. You know the eye of the needle?
Yeah.
Cut the eye of the needle in half, and it works like a. It works better. It's really good for like accurate gluing.
It's like that's
literally just my missus sewing needle with the eye cut in half, and it holds onto the glue. And as you touch it, it'll just like leach enough glue for what you're gluing, and then it'll keep holding the glue and just leach.
Right. Okay.
But
As far as the
with
painting
regards
is
to
concerned,
tools, the biggest tool you need for photo etch and for building battleships is patience.
yeah. Andrew, you echo that. You've got to echo that. Patience.
Yes.
What have you got there on your bench in front of you, mate?
Well, Pringles lids, excellent to put your glue on when you're doing fine applications. Like Mark's got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I'd also say, and this is a Tamir one, but this is a very fine diamond file.
Diamond file.
Because sometimes it's the same reason.
Files.
Because if it's the same thing as if you cut a piece off an old plastic sprue, you can sand off the little bit.
Yeah.
Same principle with these, because your normal sanders don't really touch photo etch properly.
So he needs a metal diamond file.
Yeah, so well, you can get away with sanding sticks, but these last forever.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna ruin your sanding stick. So
when he's got those photo etch bits off, is he all right just to put some primer down, or does it need a rough up to key it on?
I go both.
It depends on what it is.
Come on,
if it's
trying
like
to help a fella out here. What's he doing?
Well,
he's going to go away and he's going to go, I do need to key me brass, or I don't need to key me brass.
No, he will have to put something on it. Ideally, you get all your photo etching all on your sheets, and you go with Halford's etch primer, rattle can about 11 quid, and etch prime all your metal, and then myself personally, when I etch prime it, and then when I need the part, I would bend it and shape it and get it to where I need it to be, and I probably etch prime it again, and then glue it, and then paint it while it's on.
Okay. And then obviously the last one that he said was paint. So once you've primed it, you can just paint it with your normal paint.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, very much so.
Have we got any recommendations that we would say this is a cheap enough kit? Go out and get this photo etch, or this kit comes with photo etch. Maybe, how can I have a practice?
A lot of the trumpeter ships come with photo etch. They might not come with the railings, but they'll come with like radar dishes or antennae that are sometimes photo etch. It does just depend on which one.
Is that what the gentleman primarily builds? Ships?
I'm just using it as an example.
Oh, David,
ships I haven't got a clue.
David,
aircraft, and I've done a bit of armour. I have just got away with priming it, gluing it, and painting it. I haven't had the need, because it hasn't been needed to be bent in any way or shaped. So,
So like radiator grills and shit like that, Mark.
Yeah. So you got with something like that, you'll have no problem in just priming it, gluing it, and painting it. It's when you come. There's no need to key the surface with a file, as it's not being bent. So it's not once you've primed it and then you go to fold it in any way if it needs it, then the primer's not going to crack off and fall apart.
You see, so I don't think there's actually a good beginner's ship model where you get like as much enjoyment out of it as you would maybe an aircraft or an helicopter. Ships don't work like that.
Where's he going? What's he getting? Is he getting a Tamir? Is he getting a trumpeter? What's he getting?
If you don't, to be honest, they're both as good and as bad as each other. A lot of the Tamir stuff is older. It's from the 80s and 90s, other than these two, basically.
Yeah.
But a lot of the trumpeter stuff is newer. Like they're pumping out new ship models every week. Sometimes.
Andrew, the point is, like, he's a beginner. what's up? Where does he
Right,
go for?
Do you know what? Paul? You're quite right, because we're trying to help a dude out here. So, Dave, what do you want? Have you got? Have you got a battleship in mind?
Andrew just show up there then?
Have you got a battleship in mind? What's your budget? What scale do you prefer? Because these two fellas here, these three fellas here, not necessarily me and Mark, we're clueless on ships, but certainly Paul, Plymouth James, and Andy, who, like, you know, they you can tell that they're proper getting into this.
I'm certainly super keen. I might not be a brilliant battleship builder, but I'm super keen on them.
It says, I've only ever made one battleship, Airfix HMS Hood, but would love to do a better one. Okay, so better.
Yeah.
We're talking better than that in a bigger scale. But where's my photo etch? Let me have a go.
Yeah, right. No, at the end of the day as well, Mark, it's like David needs to say, like, well, has he got much experience with other kits? He can't just go like jumping. If you've got plenty of experience with like aircraft kits and armor kits, it's just transferring them skills to a battleship.
Mate, I would. That's easier said than done, because you all know me. I'm an aircraft builder. I've tried countless times to transfer my skills over to armor, and as soon as I get some armor in front of me, I'm like, fuck's sake! It absolutely drives me insane. Yeah, and you're sitting there saying, just transfer your skills. You stick wings on, stick wheels on. You put elevators on and rudders on. Just put a turret on. It's modelling. Modeling's not about that. Modelling is about the finished product. David says anything 1350 will be good. Andrew Hartup, 1350 battleship. Not the most expensive in the world. Where's he going?
Well, I wouldn't say not a battleship, because it's one I've just got recently, and it's actually got a decent amount of photo etch from standard. Is a Type 23 frigate from Trumpeter.
Yeah.
This happens to be Westminster, but it comes with
enough stuff,
enough photo etch for him to have a go at. You can get these for £30 or £40.
What's it called? Kit? Let me let's get on. Let's close these tabs.
Just any of the Trumpeter Type 23s.
Right. So
that's another thing we agree as well, Andrew. Modern stuff, modern ships are a little bit simpler than World War II stuff.
Right. I'm going to present. Let me share my screen with you guys. We've got on your screen, you should be able to see. So we've got 1 in 350, top left-hand corner, HMS Type 23 frigate Kent. Ali, where's that from? Is that AliExpress? 20 quid.
Yeah.
That's a 700. These are all 700s. Trumpeter. There's one there. Trumpeter, 1 in 350. Oh, that's the Westminster, Andy. That's the one you were talking about. 30 quid.
Yeah. To start off, it's probably about the same size as the 600th hood from Airfix that he's already done, but it has, obviously, it is the bigger scale, so there's more detail in it, and it has a decent amount of photo etch. Plus, that HMS hood is worn out to shit. Is that tooling?
What?
So if it's
what do you mean it's worn out to shit? What do you mean?
That tooling is from the 60s, and it gets pumped out every 5 or 10 years, and they've just worn the tooling out that much. That it's going back to the whole debate of Airfix with their vintage classics being just utter shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it looks like Dave's going to Telford, because he says, nice one. Try and get one at Telford next week. Unfortunately, like I said earlier on in the show, I'm not going. David, we have literally bombarded literally just you for last, definitely last hour. So I hope, and we all hope, that everything that we've all said has enlightened you somewhat. If you've got any more questions, you can drop us a line. No drama with that. Photo etch, Aftermarket.
Mark.
Yo.
Mark.
What?
Right. Now we focused on ships and planes. Now I know Mr. Bridges touched on armor, but I've a nice kit.
What the chuff's that?
That's the Nashorn. Yeah.
Why's my camera turned off? Come on.
Now, photo etch. Yeah, nice little bit of photo etch that goes with it, and you also get a turned barrel and 5, 6 shells, brass shells.
That's not a barrel. Andrew, while we're gassing, mate, you'll get your barrel out.
That's a barrel.
Yeah, no, actually, James, I think you'll find that that's a barrel.
That's a barrel. Oh, that's for the the Leopold. Yeah.
Come on, look at that.
That's a beauty.
What is that all about?
Yeah, I have that one upstairs, but I haven't got around to that one yet.
Yeah.
But most of the armor kits come with etched brass as well.
Yeah, that gun
if he
barrel
wants to play around with little one, the Leopold, it's huge.
No, nobody wants to play with a little stick, James. The big one.
Well, if he wants to play, Mark, if he wants to play with a big stick, mate, he plays with a Dora.
Dora. Andrew,
the Dora.
Come on, look at him.
I want that kit, but the 35th one's 800 quid.
Boom!
How much?
800.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah. We bumped into Fred Foot last year, didn't we, Mark?
Do you know what that deserves, Jim?
That's one of those.
Get me on that roller coaster because Jesus Christ above. David Taylor says, thanks a lot, guys. You're welcome, mate. No drama.
Another thing I said earlier on to you, I dropped on a kit that Marg's bought me for Christmas. Now that's the HK models B25, the glazed nose over MT. I think it's combat over MTO.
MTO, yeah.
Yeah. Now that I was lucky enough to drop on, and the amount of aftermarket that he's left in there for me, 2 books, a decal sheet. I've got the Edward Brassin wheels, metal undercarriage, buckles, full cockpit set, Yahoo instrument panel, and there's a few other bits and bobs in there as well. Now I'm going to say you add all them up together, it was 140 quid.
Which actually that sounds like relatively cheap with the extensive list of stuff that you've given there.
Considering I only paid 179 for it. And
well, you've done well then, mate, haven't you?
I have, yeah, I really have. But that I'm looking forward to building. That really is one of those kits. It's a bit like your A6 tram.
Where would you draw the line on price on photo etch? I'm gonna put that to Andy. Andy, where would you draw the line?
It would all depend on the kit for me. So if it was like Housey's done with his Yamamoto, where the kit itself is £300-400.
Yeah.
And then he's added the photo etch, which I think it's a couple of £100 he's spent on it.
Well, his wife might be watching this stream at some time. A lot of that he got for free. Can't you remember?
Yes, he did. But it depends on the kit. So, for example, completely different topic.
Carry on.
Bikes in 12 scale.
Hey, oh, Paul's getting a wetting. Paul's wetting his knickers now. Look.
That is all you need for something like a bike.
He done it instantly.
Have you already done
mate,
that?
Instantly for.
Have you already built that? Has he frozen? Have you already built that?
Have I built it? No.
Is it? No.
No, but it's the first thing you look. As soon as I see a motorbike kit, I'm like, oh, forks.
Right, okay. Andrew, just hold that back up again, will you? What were you showing us again there, mate? What's that?
That is the fork set that Tamiya do for that kit. And would I want to put anything else on the bike? Probably not.
No, definitely not.
Forks are the kit forks that molded sort of plastic that look like really shit?
Yes.
No, they're actually quite good.
They're good. They look all right, but you're just never going to get this.
Put your hand behind it so I can see. Yeah, they don't look anything like those.
No good showing you, Mark, because you don't know what motorbike forks are. I mean,
of course I know what chuffing motorbike forks are.
Nah, not with regard to that kit. You don't. See, we're talking real life here now, Mark.
Oh, I thought we were talking kits.
Well, yeah, exactly. So them forks are like phenomenal compared to the kit parts.
Yeah, I can understand that, mate. But what?
Oh, so all right.
How much is that set on its own?
15 quid.
It's on 25 quid,
Actually,
isn't it,
that's
Andrew?
not bad, that, is it?
For the fork set, it's about 15.
All right, yeah.
For the actual base kit,
and that's the first thing you do.
50.
The first thing you do when you're looking at motorbike kits is like, oh, what's the aftermarket? I.e. forks.
Right. Okay. Ask the question, Mark. Mark, what's the most you've spent? What's the most you've considered spending on aftermarket, mate? Why? What kit? What prompted you to go? I've got to have it.
I haven't really spent anything on PE sets or aftermarket stuff. Like I say, the only one as I got was that Tornado, and that was part of a grant. That's the only one I've done. All the rest, all the other kits I've done that have had PE have been included with the kit.
So like when Paul's just said, when I look for a motorbike kit, the first thing I do is look for aftermarket. When I search on a kit, so for the Meng boat missile system, for the boat that I don't think what aftermarket can I buy.
No, I don't.
How is this going to come together out of the box?
Aftermarket stuff, PE stuff, resin stuff, I don't even contemplate.
I don't.
I am happy because the majority of stuff I've built recently has been that detailed. It doesn't need it. The only thing I will look to buy extra to help with the kit will be like, for example, my Seeking. The only thing I brought for that was a masking set. So I would look at more stuff like that rather than.
They certainly come in handy.
Where is the self-satisfaction, James? Because I've seen, I know you're not an aircraft builder, but I am putting this to you. There's a company out there called Brassin that make seamless sidewinder missiles and things like that. But where are you drawing the line on? I want this kit, however, open brackets, I've now got to budget an extra 45 quid just to get the right missile shape What's going off? Why do we have to do that? Why aren't the kit manufacturers? Why aren't the kit manufacturers saying we'll put these in?
Yeah, but they don't, do they? They leave it up to the
obviously
aftermarket
the
people
price
to
would
do
shoot
that.
up then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But it's
gives you
worth
the
it.
option.
Them Edward Brassin
If you're happy,
9 Lima sidewinders.
If you're happy with the model, then build it. If you want to enhance it, then that's entirely up to you, isn't it? You know,
That's
you want to make a good job.
That's the one.
If you want to make a good job of the model or the subject that you're doing, then go ahead and buy it.
One thing I'll say though, James, on the flip side, if anybody has ever done the or added a set of Edward Brassin Sidewinder missiles, they are so flipping fragile. When you've got to snip off the back, where the rocket exhaust is, and it's joined to the back end of the rear fins. Oh, good luck with that.
The people who are watching, I'm also putting this out to you, the guys who are watching. Let me make myself big. The guys who are watching, what's the most amount of money that you have or would spend on aftermarket stuff, whether it be Photo Etch, Red Fox, Quinta, whatever? What's the most amount of money that you will be prepared to shell out, like Davey House did for his aftermarket for his Yamato, £8.99? What's the most amount of money that you'll be prepared to shell out? James, what's the most amount of money that you'll be prepared to shell out for aftermarket?
Depending on the subject, like I said, with the B-25, I wouldn't have. No way would I have gone that far. I probably would have done the landing gear, because that probably needs it because of the amount of, because it's a tail sitter.
So with the amount,
they're solid brass. They're not white metal. They're solid brass. So that type of thing, then I would. Wheels, you don't need to. The wheels in the kit are good enough, but obviously they've been thrown in with the kit that I bought. So, and they are really, really good. They're really detailed. There's no seam in them whatsoever. It's a beautiful cast. It really is a beautiful cast. But it's entirely up to the person. You know, I would go probably around about 40 quid, 50 quid.
I suppose it depends on when you sell the kit. If you've got a 40 quid kit and you'll say, well, most I'd go on aftermarket is 40, 50 quid. Have you ever spent more on aftermarket than you have on the kit?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, mate. Well, you know, I'm working on the Puma. Yeah, and there's a lot of debate on whether the tires, these tires, which are rubber, and the tread pattern on them, and they're going on the tread pattern's wrong. And AFV Modeler has brought out a set of wheels for the Puma, and they're £124.
What?
Yeah.
So 125 quid for a tread pattern. That's a little bit weird.
For a different correct tread pattern.
Oh, well, have a minute here.
How wrong is the wrong tread pattern?
Yeah, how wrong is that tread pattern for you to
no, it's not wrong. I don't care. I don't care. It's there. It's staying on. You know, I'm using it on out of the box. Build on that. It's most of the 16th stuff. There's always something wrong. The manufacturers will not get a kit right. I've not come across one that said this kit is to the point. You do not need any aftermarket whatsoever.
Name that kit. What kit is that?
I haven't come across one yet. I haven't come across one yet, Mark. There's always somebody that says this is wrong.
What kit is that?
Rich.
The one that you just is so flawless that you don't have to spend any money on extra bits. Which kit is that? I want to build it.
There probably isn't one.
No.
Even the Airfix Spitfire that were brought out, 2.5, 3 years ago? Pinnacle kit, absolutely superb. Blah, 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 blah. 1 in 24. We all raved about it. I built one. Lid built one. Pat built one.
Rivets are wrong.
You can go back to
that's the way the world works.
Right, let's
Right,
we've got. Bear with me, because I just want to share this with you. So Dave's still with us, and he says he's never bought aftermarket, always done out of the box, but would not spend more than £20 to £30, and that comes back to the argument that Revel Tornado 1 in 32 that is off screen. I'm hoping it is. You know, I've spent 52 quid on the seat decals and the Red Fox, but with the tram, I've spent 85 quid on the Quinta Studio and a decal pack, because I did not like the decal pack that came in the box. So as far as your £20 to £30 is concerned, it does depend on the kit. Now I'm going to introduce a fella. I'm going to introduce a fella's comment, and we've mentioned him tirelessly throughout the show. It's House's Modelling Shed, and he says he paid £170 for the Curtis Wilbur, and then £470 for the resin aftermarket set. And Lynn heard what you said, i.e. your Marto, but she's so pissed it's okay.
You see now, 170 quid for the Curtis Wilbur. What the bloody hell is a Curtis Wilbur?
I'm sure that Dave will explain.
And why are you spending 470 quid for? I mean, 470 quid for the resin aftermarket set for a Curtis Wilbur.
Jesus Christ!
Surely you need 470 quid for the Yamato.
Dave, we've been talking about your Yamato, mate, and obviously that ties in with what I started the show with that we've changed the rules ever so slightly to accommodate people like yourself on competition time. Go on.
I think at the end of the day as well, I mean, like, if you got the money, would you do it? Would having the money be the factor?
Yes.
Having the budget to it? I'm like,
James, yes or no? Is money a factor? Yes or no?
Would you go without?
I have done on some kits, yes, but
Andrew,
on others that I wanna make the experience better.
Move along. Andrew, yes or no? Is money a factor on aftermarket?
Can be, yes.
Mark Bridge.
Yes.
Paul Rad.
Yes.
470 quid, £470 worth of aftermarket on a Curtis Wilbur that cost £170.
See, I can't understand. I don't even know what a Curtis Wilbur is. It's not doing my head.
I'm gonna open my second screen. Let me just have a look. Dave, what scale is that, mate? Tell me what scale it is so I can type in the right thing. What scale and what brand is it? I think it's a Trumpeter Curtis. Curtis Wilbur. No, that's come up with some kind of jazz band. Oh, there. Here we go. Oh no, it's I Love Kit 1 in 200. Who's making all that bloody noise? Right, let's share this screen. Let's get this on. So this, Paul,
this is a Curtis Wilbur.
This is a Curtis Wilbur. That's it, mate. Can you see? Paul.
He's not there.
Is he gone?
He's
He's
buggered off
buggered
again.
off, hasn't he? Andrew, you're best qualified. You're best qualified. What is it? It's a guided missile destroyer.
Yeah, it's a modern
1994
destroyer.
to present. We are perplexed on what. I can't get my head round. Nearly 500 quid on. I can't get my head round that. What do you get for £500? What do you get?
Basically everything and any little corrections to everything.
Every little correction to everything.
And hopefully an instruction sheet.
Yeah, that you don't get with Kits World stuff, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's just unbelievable.
You can, with ships, there is probably where you will spend more on the aftermarket than you would on the kit really easily. Like I did with the Chikuma. It is scary and worrying how expensive some of these aftermarkets are at times. But yeah, as House's just said, the detail in the resin is a lot better than they will have in the injection molding.
Really? That Jesus Christ!
Because if you want to put in a lot of detail in an injection molding, it's going to wear out that tooling a lot quicker than it would be if it was slightly thicker, slightly off scale.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. That's why they only have certain amount of runs on a kit, isn't it?
Yeah, unless you're Airfix and you don't give a shit.
You don't care. That's right.
Right. Okay. Do you know what? If I get a kit and I open the box and there's a window, I'm like you, Marky Bridge. If there's a window masking set inside the box, I'm literally dancing, mate. I'm like, I've struck gold. I've hit the goddamn.
That's normally good enough.
That's normally good enough for us, Mark, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, with all due respect about as you said earlier, is cost is your budget a thing? A lot of people don't have the same sort of budgets that other people have. So a lot of people, myself included, tend to generally build out of the box.
And me.
So it's more of a case of what will help you in the process, i.e. a masking set, rather than forking out for resin wheels or...
Yeah, mate. Once even entered my head. Andy, what have you got there on the bench? You've got some art to show us.
Going back to, like, sometimes you do actually have to buy aftermarket though. So this is quite an old Tamiya Lotus F1 car.
Yeah.
So I got it used. That's the state of the decals.
Yeah, they yellowed.
They've not yellowed. They've crisped and cracked everywhere.
Right.
This and the other one from Tamiya are completely useless.
Yeah.
So I had to order some from Japan because it's the only place I could get them. Because Tamiya, I emailed Tamiya, bless them. It's a 30-year-old kit. They have no spares.
Yeah.
And it's never been re-released. So, which was understandable. But a decal sheet like that was 30 quid, I think.
Yeah, but obviously that's more of a necessity replacement, isn't it?
Yeah,
Andrew.
That's more of what you got here, Paul.
You seen that, Andrew? I don't know if that might save you.
Yeah, but these are beyond saving.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they're absolutely gone.
Yeah.
Like if I run my thumb along it.
It didn't look that bad when it first came in, mate.
Yeah, but that's out of necessity more than I want to change. Like with the tram, the two squadrons that come with the tram, I've looked at them and I've thought they look absolutely naff. Not to do with necessity because they're knackered. It's because of my personal preference. I thought I want to change the squadron on it.
Yeah.
And it cost me an absolute bagging fortune. Cost me 90 chuffing quid. James, I'm coming to you. I can see you're holding something up on my screen there. Yeah. What? Yeah.
F6 F3 Hellcat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The trumpeter kit details are, or the decals are a little bit on the thick side, shall we say. They got a lot of, there's possibility of silvering as well. And yeah, getting them to conform to the detail, it will be a little bit hard, no matter how much microset and sol you use. So these are aftermarket. This is from Technomod Decals. And yeah, that's for the F6 Hellcat. And I've got, I think it's five different versions in there that I wish if I wanted to do. And that was, I think that was 25 quid.
Just carry on, because House has sent me a picture message that I'm going to. I'm going to save it to my phone. I'm going to crop it so that I can fill your screens and little hearts. Right, I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to. I'm going to go onto the Facebook group. I'm going to add that picture in like that. Dave, I know you're watching. I'm going to add that on. Right. So what I'm going to do now, I think this picture, I think this is Curtis Wilbur, right? So I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to refresh the page because I want to share with you a picture that House is trying to tell us in words, but the picture is better. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, bear with me. So, who have we lost here? Oh, we've got one coming back. Right, I'm going to present and share my screen. I want to share that one and share that one. Now then, so have you got it?
Yeah. Oh, cool. Christ almighty.
Right, so I'm trying to. So I'm saying that House has shared that picture with me, and because he's trying to explain in words what 470 quid's worth of aftermarket looks like.
And there you go in a nutshell.
And there you go in a nutshell. There you go.
That's the
Andrew, what do you think of that?
It is extremely, extremely detailed. Because if that's 200 scale, you can see in the ammo boxes the individual rounds.
I'm going to blow it up for you even more. I don't know if it's going to blur, but I can see tread pattern, ammo boxes like Andrew says. I can see, what else can we see? Look at all this wiring detail.
Oh, the gun sight.
Jesus Christ.
Elevation detail for the for tilting the guns.
I'll tell you what.
Now you've got to ask yourself: is it 450 quid's worth?
Well, he's just. I'm going to put me.
I
know that's just one.
Yeah, that's just one
boiler on an anti-aircraft weapon, and it's
and he says it's just one piece.
Yamato. I mean, Yamato's a hell of a ship in the first place. Even Tamiya's Yamato's amazing.
Tamiya's the 200 quid premium edition is a gorgeous kit, but it's 200 quid.
Would you say it's worthy, Andrew? Would you be happy with 200 quid Tamiya Yamato?
If you have the budget for it, yes.
And could you say, okay, so the kit's 200 quid, and you got 300 quid in your pocket, would you throw that extra 100 quid at aftermarket, or would you just be happy with the 200 quid?
I would have to look at that kit in more detail because I haven't properly. I don't have one of them.
I'm just
so
being hypothetical, to be honest with you. So you got 200 quid. Yamato, Tamiya's Yamato. It's superb. You're well happy. It's brilliant. Would you throw the extra 100 quid at it? Would you deem it? Would you deem it worthy? Would you deem it worthy of the extra 100 quid? And I'm being proper hypothetical. You know what I mean? 100 quid could be £1,000 worth. Would you deem throwing the extra at it?
I would want to look at the kit first, though, and if it demanded some bits, like I don't know if it comes with a wooden deck, because I haven't looked into the box.
But let me just say one thing though, Dave. What a piece of aftermarket that is, and for one piece, wow.
Yeah,
man.
Definitely.
Good on you for good luck with that one. Not that you'll need it because you'll absolutely blitz it, mate. But what a piece of work that is.
What a piece. Yeah,
that's the sort. This is the sort of route aftermarket is going these days.
Yeah.
So but the thing is, the more pieces that people produce that are as detailed as that, then the prices are just going to, the sky's the limit.
They're going to rocket, aren't they, Mark? Yeah, totally. So
you're going to be paying. You're paying a premium for the extra detail.
Tin of beans. Aftermarket is a proper tin of beans.
Aftermarket, you get some little sausages in them beans.
Yeah, you probably do, Mark. Yeah, you probably do get proper little beans and sausages.
But as a general rule, I'm just straight out of the box.
That's Mark. I totally get you.
I would never.
I seen to before.
I make the most out of the kits that I've got and the skills that I have. I, with all due respect to others, I don't have the budget for aftermarket stuff. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I have bought the odd aftermarket, say ejection seat or a weapons pack or something. But I would rather get a tool like masking sets or something like that.
Yeah, like Quinta. Quinta doesn't require any extra skill. There's no skill involved. I mean, you know.
Oh, that's it. Wind him up even more.
Oh, yeah.
Andy, it looks like you've bought. Have you bought this, Andy?
You bastard.
Have you bought that, Andrew Arthur?
Yes.
Have you bought it?
Yeah, he has, the jammy bastard.
Just pronounce it for us so that we don't make ourselves look silly.
Yes.
What is it?
It's a Carl Morsa.
Morsa Carl Gerhardt.
Carl Gerhardt.
It's a big boomy thing.
I think there was 5 of them all together.
So are we doing aftermarket there, Andy?
Don't think you need to.
No, because whereas the Leopold obviously has such a long barrel that it kind of needs it, this, I don't even think there is an aftermarket barrel for it. And the only aftermarket
I can't think of one either, mate.
So straight.
Yeah,
why is that
the only
so straight at the bottom?
Andrew, you realise it comes with the rail transporter as well, don't you?
I've just sent you a message.
The only aftermarket I would probably get for this is the tank tracks. Because one's in here are rubber.
Let's look at scale, mates, and see what's actually available.
There's only about 12 or something bits for it.
Yeah, it's a Lincoln length, isn't it? Lincoln length.
Or is it Carl Moore's?
Paul, this is just to wind you up.
Yeah, you wind me up all day, mate. Don't give a fuck.
Not really, mate. Have we got any spacey fans in? That's a lot of Star Wars right there.
Radders.
Jesus Christ.
Do us a favour, La.
What, La?
Message me them pictures of that F1 Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Why? You're intriguing me now, Mark. Why?
I want to see pictures.
Okay.
James, what we got here, mate?
Puma. Das Works 16th Puma.
And this is what you're currently on with.
Yeah, this is what I've got right in front of me, mate. It's right there.
There it is.
That's a lovely kit as well. It goes together really well.
Scale.
But then you've got two. That's 1/16. You've got two options with that as well. You've got the option that you can actually move the wheels. Right. They're all interlocked, so the front four move, the back four move. Yeah.
Is that an actual camo pattern that were on that machine?
Say again.
Is that an actual camo pattern that were on that machine?
Yeah, near enough. It's good enough. I like it.
Mr. Andrew.
And that's a little half track. That's a little 250, the 251 that I've got. That one.
What couldn't I find the other day?
What's that?
It's me oil paint that changed the other day. I can't find me oil paint. Can't find me oil paint. Just showed up.
Where was it?
Anyway.
I digress. It's nice that it does look a bit peculiar, James. Obviously, to me, not being an armour builder.
Yeah, it hadn't got tracks, mate. Oh, that's a universal carrier. Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah. So at the start of the show, I explained that Paul Patton had been across to the boys in Barnsley Hobby Workshop, Model Workshop, and they've donated a gift. And that's what they've donated. 1/16 scale, that's up your street, James, isn't it?
Yeah, that is, yeah.
If you PayPal me 40 quid's worth of money, I'll buy you 40 quid's worth of raffle tickets for the presentation evening. Right? And you never know, you never know you're looking a raffle.
No, that's quite true. You never know me luck.
Yeah, well, I would know what look you would have in that raffle, and it wouldn't look good. So
it won't be any.
Yeah, there won't be any luck at all, I'm afraid. In fact, I'd have more luck than you. But thanks for your 40 quid. But yeah, look at that. That's just absolutely outstanding, isn't it? I'm going to make it full screen. Look at that.
That's a kit in itself, isn't it?
That's a work of art. Yeah, it's a model in itself.
It is.
Yeah, bloody hell.
And how many? That's just one. How many of those has that got?
Ooh, probably between 4 and 6 of them.
I don't know. If House is still watching, he'll answer. How many of them do you get in the resin bits there, Dave?
There should be about fucking 40 of them. It was well heavily armoured with them. Possibly
there should be about 470 of them at £1 a piece. Somebody's just been shot outside.
Andrew,
Can you hear that?
Mr. Howard, if you're listening, there is actually a barrel available.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's the thing is, I believe the company that makes that one doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I'm on scale mates, mate. It's a bit hit and miss with scale mates, but according to that kit that you recently bought, there's 17 aftermarket products.
Most of them are tank tracks for it.
Yeah, you can get tracks. Anyway.
What's Dave said? Dave says that gun is actually from a World War II ship. Right. Okay. So, cheers, Dave.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
the reloader thing. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, I was going to say they do it's the Panther 4 chassis loader, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, James. Yeah.
Cool beans. Cool beans. Right, have we done with aftermarket? Have we argued the toes and the fro's and the yeses and the no's?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Points have been made. Expressions have been expressed.
We haven't touched on your burners, Mark.
What burners?
Your cans for your F4.
What then? That Trev made for me.
What, you 3D printed them?
Yeah.
Your engine burners.
Yeah. Which ones? Which F4?
What, for the
one,
F4?
That one.
That one. No, the one that you're doing.
Yeah, but I haven't bought aftermarket.
But there is aftermarket for it.
He's been given aftermarket for it.
Yeah, there is the brass, and you have to roll them round. What on it? The thing is with me, right? I'll put my 2 penny thing. I asked earlier. I said earlier, who are you doing it for, right? And you all said, "Oh, I'm doing it for myself." And yes, I build for myself, but I also like to take my stuff to work, to the club, to shows, to show off. The thing that I can't get in my head is that even if I took, and no disrespect to anybody down at club, but if I took something down to the club, like this Phantom, when people look, because I post on my Facebook page, on club Facebook page, people know what I've enhanced. But if I didn't do any of that, and I just took it down and went, "What do you think to that?" Bridget, you'll probably look and you'll go, "Is that aftermarket cock?" Yes, it is. Yeah, bloody hell. Yeah, that look. What's that? Oh, it's Red Fox. Started at how much for that, etc., etc. But nobody, I suspect, would go, "Are they aftermarket cans?"
But there's people out there that will go. Oh, those can't be wrong.
Not down at Sesco and Hemsworth, there ain't.
Yeah, all right.
This is what that's it's not the price. It's not the price that governs me, although it plays a massive part. The thing that governs me with aftermarket is it completely 100 times better than what's available in the kit? And is anybody, literally anybody, is anybody going to go, "Whoa, look at that, that's nice. That's got to be aftermarket. It's got to earn its stripes, James. It's got to earn its money." Nobody, if you've got, I've put the aftermarket decal pack in this on the instrument panel. Do you think that I would have spent all that money on that if I'd have opened the box up and gone, "Whoa, look at them decals for instrument panel. They are absolutely on point." Would I bollocks? For me, aftermarket's got to earn its money, mate. That's what drives me to buy it.
Yeah.
Simple.
How do you mean by earning money? That means that you've got to try and make money out of it.
No. It's got to warrant itself, Paul. It's got to earn its stripes. It's got to be shown that it's definitely an enhancement.
Right.
That people would generally recognize.
I agree with you.
Do you know what I mean, mate?
But you see now, initially for me, the subject of aftermarket was like, obviously, is it worth it? Can you warrant it? And my initial thought when the subject came up was like, yeah, it's fantastic. It's like, I wouldn't really want to go back. So instantly I'm like, when I start a new kit, obviously the most obvious thing is aircraft and cockpits. And it's like Quinta Studio. From what I remember, I think I was one of the first people to obtain Quinta in the country. From what I'm thereabouts. I'm not trying to like blow me on to, but like but I was damn close when Quinta first come out. I was like, that's just bonkers. That's bonkers, and I'm having it.
Yeah.
And I've not really looked back since with regards to aircraft, interior, cockpits, seatbelts. I'm not bothered. I can do, but they've sort of come along with it. So for me, aircraft kit, aftermarket, yes. Cockpit, yes, please, yes. Regardless, not so much regardless of cost. That's a wrong phrase, but I will certainly I will endeavour to put Quinta Studio even in Tamiya kits. In fact, I think I've already put Quinta in some of my Tamiya 32nd scale aircraft already.
Yeah.
So that for me is like my way forward. That's it's done it for me. It's blew me head off with regards to like what's possible.
Benedetto says aftermarket as a rule of thumb must be transformational to the model. That's what I was trying to get across.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about 125 quid on a tread pattern on tyres, that for me does not sit well, James.
No, that
doesn't sit well with me either, mate. There's no way I'm paying that.
Bother, would you? It's same with like weapons, you know, weapons on aircraft. There's no way I'll be going out and buying, you know, £50 worth of sidewinders just because they haven't got a seam line.
No, Mark Bridge, you're the same as me, aren't you, mate? You're, you know, let's get the box lid open. Let's look for ejector pin marks, flash. Is there any bits that's going to go ping in the night? But basically, I think this is where me and you do have a lot in common, mate. We are literally out of the box builders that want to do the best that we can with what's in front of us, and we don't even think. I know, obviously, the Tram and the Phantom are different, but ordinarily we don't even contemplate getting on eBay, Amazon, whatever, and going, what's the aftermarket for this? Because it's same as with Davey House. With all that money that is spent, Paul, I'm sure through the years has spent an adequate amount of money on photo etch. For me, I think, even though I've been modelling 8 years, I think, and I know I've blown budget with these toolkits, which is why that's why I've not started that one yet, because I've got to make sure that I'm absolutely on fucking point before I even start that. Because
what's the other one then?
The Phantom I've bought the Red Fox for, but it would be so hard. It's the Tram. It would be so much of a bitter pill to swallow if I started that kit, mate, and started making a bollocks on it. Even though I won't, but I just know. But there's always,
as modelers out of the box, we're always going to have that element of what if.
Yeah.
What would happen? We try and cover all the bases, but we're only human, and inevitably something will ping off or break or.
Yeah. I can't warrant spending extra. And again, I'm trying to justify myself. James was right an hour ago. He said, yeah, but the cockpit glass on that trumpeter Tram is like a fucking conservatory. And when you look inside it, you can see every little detail. Yeah. And I've done it with Phantom. That's Quinta. And I've done it with the Phantom because I wanted to have a practice. I wanted to, and even a cheap practice has still cost me 50 quid. But I wanted to have a practice. It's like what David Taylor was saying earlier on. What battleship shall I buy? How much can I spend? I'm up to a budget of 20, 30 quid aftermarket. And I start like when I'm offering my card up to card reader at 35 quid, I'm checking like a shitting dog. Because I know that I can get for an extra 20 quid, I can get another bloody kit with that money.
Or I could get a portion of fish and chips.
Oh, that's his redback breakfast, John.
Or I could go to Iceland and get a bag of sausages. and have sausage sarnies for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, can I just interject though there? Go back a couple of comments there, Mark, please.
Yeah.
I just had something in my head there then, which I thought was quite valid, and it's gone.
Who was it? Was it Housey? Was it Dave Taylor? Right.
What about adding aftermarket stuff? Should transformation be transformational to the kit?
See now, for instance, Andrew's just thrown up the Honda CB 1000 RRR Fireblade. It's a hell of a kit. Instantly, it's like, oh, now instantly I'll be looking like brake lines, because the brake lines are a little bit out of scale, but you can get aftermarket brake lines and stuff. It's like I would be looking at that sort of stuff for that sort of kit.
Yeah.
Because I know that the brake lines that are in the kit are a little bit off, or even quite a bit off. Same with the forks. I'd be instantly forks, which what Andrew showed up before, the forks. But brake lines, and Tamiya do brake lines in sets. So if you're a motorbike builder and you invest in that, a bit of aftermarket, you've probably got aftermarket to sort you out for maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 kits with the initial outlay of £20. So so aftermarket will be sustainable to a degree.
Yeah. You know.
I mean, we've all dealt with hoses and I'm proper. You know.
I'm still here.
Tons of it.
Oh.
You got a hell of a feedback.
I thought it was just me.
Where's that come from?
No idea, mate.
Bear with me. I'm just going to drop you all off. I've just dropped everybody off. I'm going to add you all back on one by one. Let's add James back to the screen. James, you got feedback?
I'm fine. No, I'm fine, mate.
You're fine. I'm going to take you out. Mark, just going to add you on quickly. Have you got feedback?
Negative.
Just going to drop you off for a second. And let's try Paul. Paul, have you all got feedback?
No, mate.
No, just going to drop you off for a second. And Andy. It's Andy. Andy. Yeah, Andy's. I'm going to add everybody back on now. That one, Andy, we just for some reason had just got a little bit of feedback there. Okay, so back to comments. Benedetto, I think this aftermarket for this KGV, I'm doing it as being at least £150. James, what's a KGV?
King George V. The ship.
King George V.
I would say it was a ship, yeah.
And then adds another comment. Another reason for the aftermarket is a time-saving efficiency. That's quite a good point.
Yeah.
I.e. wooden for ships, into cockpits. Absolutely spot on there, mate.
Yeah, man. That's a damn good point.
Andy has said, sorry, my headset's died and the iPad fell over. That's why we were getting the feedback. Okay, mate, no problem. Let me just have a look here. He's got another comment on what's he saying. He's saying, gonna eat me tea. So thanks for having me tonight, Andy. More than welcome, mate. It's superb input, absolutely brilliant. Talking about all them ships, and like Paul says, I think you've got a new friend there, Cocker.
Yeah, man. I hope so. Yeah, man. I love a good shipbuilder.
We love a good shipbuilder.
It sounds a contradiction in terms.
Okay. Right. Okay. So let me just have a look at time. It's 11:15. Chaps, we've been going for I don't know how we do it, 2 hours and 45 chuffing minutes.
Well, you lot have. I've had a bit of connection issues.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. Summing up. Let's sum it up. James, Aftermarket. Are we a lover or a hater of Aftermarket?
I love to hate it.
Love to hate it. That's the absolute
Definitely love
best
to hate
answer.
it, mate. Yeah, because it just does. Buy what you need.
That's the best answer that you could possibly get. Marky Bridge, you're the same as me. We build out of the box. We do love a bit of Aftermarket. If it were a bit
but as you say, I agree with what James has just said. Buy what you need.
Buy what you need. Yeah. Okay.
Some people will say that. Some people will say, I need everything. Some people say, well, I just need this, that.
Ask Alfie, what ship is it, Alfie?
What ship is it, Alfie? What ship is it, Alfie? Yeah. What ship is it, Alfie? You did actually tell me the other day and I've forgotten. Paul Radcliffe.
Curtis Wilson.
Yes, is it Aftermarket? Well, yes.
HMS Nelson 1200.
It's essential.
What's essential?
Is Aftermarket essential for a kit?
I'm trying to be diplomatic now and say like, for me, I think Aftermarket is probably always going to be a personal thing. It's like car builders. I think car builders are always going to want to throw seat belts in, and they don't always come in the kit. So it's the go-to thing. Aircraft builders, for me personally, as an aircraft builder, the first thing I'm going to be looking at, and again, depending on the kit, Aftermarket, yeah. Quinta Studio, is it available? Yeah. I'm like, I've got Revel's 32nd scale 109. Does it warrant Quinta Studio? Yeah.
Revel kit?
As far as I'm concerned, it's an iconic aircraft.
Yeah.
So therefore, it deserves Aftermarket.
Okay. Cool beans.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate. I don't.
But with regards to battleships, I mean, I started off on Tammier's, as Andrew said, early Bismarck and Tirpitz. Didn't know any better. So I'm now in a quagmire of Aftermarket for battleships. Every time I look at a battleship kit, I'm instantly Aftermarket, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Andy's turned into guest reviewer. HMS Nelson, brilliant ship for being a treaty ship, but God, was he fugly. Happy days. Okay. Right. Right. I'm going to wrap it up. 2 hours and 47 minutes. One last comment there. Benedetto, if you want the Aftermarket for ships, do a what if. The possibilities are endless. Yes, I'm not a shipbuilder, so I wouldn't know.
I'm not even close to a what if builder.
No,
not
definitely
even close,
not.
Mate. Nah. That's not happening.
Okay. Cool. Right. Let's start with Marky Bridge. Marky, thank you ever so much for joining us tonight. Have you been all right with it, mate? Apart from your little drop-offs, you've been sound, haven't you?
My phone wouldn't let me have Chrome on my phone. It wouldn't integrate.
Yeah,
so
I had the same
tried with my phone, tried with my laptop, nothing.
Nothing. With StreamYard, it is best that you go through Chrome. I know that you did in the end, and we saw the little dance. Mate, thank you ever so much for joining me this evening and the other guests. Appreciate your time and your input, mate.
No worries.
Thank you very much. Good night to Marky Mark. Next one to go is James. James, yet again, superb input, mate. Have you enjoyed it?
Always a pleasure, mate. Always enjoy myself.
Good subject tonight. Good subject. So,
very
thanks
good.
for that, dude.
That's all right.
And I will catch you later on. And that's goodbye to Jamesy James. That just leaves me and Paul. Paul, it was your subject tonight, wasn't it? You sort of recommended that we talk about aftermarket.
Yeah, I thought it'd be interesting. I mean, yeah.
It has been interesting. It's good because, do you know what, mate? It's as pleasurable as frustrating in equal parts. You know, it's on the one hand, the comments earlier on nailed it, where it can be so fiddly and so tricky. You know, and I posed the question earlier on about would you put aftermarket in a 1 in 72 Airfix Spitfire? And the answer is no.
No.
Because when you, especially when you're, but the two avenues of photo etch that I'm talking about your ready-made stuff like your Red Fox, Paul, and then I'm talking about photo etch. And anybody that wants to start and dabble in photo etch, like David said earlier, and we all discussed it, it is best if you've got a tool for this and a glue for that, because if you don't, you're absolutely
you're going to struggle, and it's going to put you off. It's going to put you off.
It's going to put you off. Absolutely. Andy says, one thing to add that's off topic. I'm interested to see what's going to be announced at Telford kit-wise. Yeah, we're all in that same boat, mate. Definitely. Aftermarket. Do you know what, Paul? If it were cheaper, and it's not because I'm tight, it's because life, house, car insurance, MOT, daughter at university, all that sort of shit. And I can't be
Mark,
to the point where I said bollocks to them.
A quick opinion is like everything is just getting expensive. Even kits themselves are getting stupidly expensive, man. They really are. Everything.
Yeah.
The whole world is getting expensive. Not just kits and your aftermarket.
Yeah, mate. Absolutely.
Aftermarket does seem to have gone stupidly expensive for whatever reason.
Have you enjoyed tonight?
Fantastic, mate.
And next time I'm going to see you in person in 3 weeks' time when you come to presentation evening, mate.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Proper looking forward to that. As usual, mate, it's been absolute blast having you come on. Nom. Thank you for your time, Cocker, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Love you, man. Catch you later.
Love you, dude. Speak to you soon. Be good.
Cheers, dude. So that leaves me on my own. Harmony's watching. I've got 10 on. It don't matter what your take on aftermarket is. We've all got our own opinion. And I'm kind of sort of like open in some respects that over the last couple of live streams, you're noticing a bit of a pattern where I'm not trying to incite an argument, because the guys who I've had on tonight, like with Paul and James and Mark, Andy's first time, but we do like to throw it about a bit, because every single person on this planet is different. We've all got our own opinions, and I do like to poke the bear a little bit and get not a heated argument going, but I want to know what the heated debates are going to be, with the pros and cons on what's your favorite scale. Shall we do aftermarket? What about decal packs? What about this? What about that? Because at the end of the day, this hobby, it's literally sort of limitless, really, in what you can do as far as enhancing a kit is concerned. Me and Mark, we've said 3 or 4 times tonight that we primarily build out of the box, and I never ever look for a kit and think, when I want that kit, but I've got to buy aftermarket for it. I never ever do that, and Mark never does that. Whereas on the other side of the scale, then you've got people like Paul, who quite rightly, in his opinion, he says, if I want to buy that kit, that motorbike, that aircraft, I've got to have a look inside the box and see what the exact detail is, because if it's not good enough, he's got to go aftermarket. Okay. So whatever your opinion is, end of the day, you've got to remember, it's literally just gluing and sticking bits of plastic together and a bit of brass and chucking a bit of paint on. And you know, hoping for the best that you can and do what you can. But most of all, enjoy it and enjoy. And if you're not getting anything out of it, do something else. Maybe come back to this a little bit later on, but enjoy it. Okay. Live streaming for nearly 3 hours on a Saturday night is just unbelievable. But I hope that the topic of conversation that we have after every club has been educational for you, for some people like David, or it's made you think about things, which is what we try and do, okay, in a positive way. All right. So what we got next? Back to the club today, Saturday, the 2nd of November 2024. Telford's coming up this weekend, and ordinarily we'd all be excited and saying Telford's coming. But this year, because we're having a presentation evening, we've put a lot of money into that. There's a lot of people, in fact, 99% of the original lot of people that said that they were going to go to Telford have said that they're not doing it now. It's for us, it's a 2.5 hour journey there to walk round, to either stop in a very expensive hotel to do a 2.5 hour drive back. So it's a long day. So we've omitted it from our calendar this year. After that, the following weekend is club competition. And again, we've got Paul coming over from Bolton to come and judge that. And you heard me earlier on talking about Upton Camera Club and what they're going to do. So we're really looking forward to that. The following Friday, the 22nd, that's our presentation evening, where we're up here at the local hotel, gorgeous place, silver service, 3-course dinner, coffee and mints after, and then that's going to be followed on with the presentation itself. I will be going live, like I said. James is going to look after that particular piece for me that night. I'll be using my phone linked up to my live stream and my YouTube, but James will be in the corner looking after all the comments. Please put your comments on as the night progresses, and we've got fingers crossed because we've never done it before. I've never done it before, so we're going to have a try at that. Okay. And then after that, we've got a week off, and then we're over to Halifax Modelers World to do our annual Christmas shop, which will be on the back of the £3 a number winner takes all bonus ball. That's on 7th of December. And if you look on my YouTube channel, I think I've got 2 videos for that as well. And then the following week, Jesus Christ, following week, it's the last club of the year. And that's Saturday, the 14th of December. And then we break up for Christmas and we come back in January and do it all again. So the next conversation will be competition. We'll come on and I'll get some lads back on the live stream and we'll talk about how they feel that the competition went, and I'll put some photos on as well. Okay. Thanks everybody for your time, your patience, your commitment on watching. I know that it's been a hell of a long time, coming up now to 3 hours. So I'm going to bid you all farewell and sign off with what I always say, which is take care, stay safe, and we will see you next time. Cheers.